The show will start in 15 seconds, and this is your last audible warning.
Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Hopefully it's an adult, but whatever your jam may be sexually, if you're not getting that jam, if you will, that vibe, that kink, then I think that if you are getting it, you potentially might release some type of endorphin that makes you a happier person.
Bubba, if you have sex on a regular basis, you are happier, you are smarter, and you are healthier.
Well,
and that has been proven.
I should be Einstein at this point, and I'm dumb as I'm dumb. Wow.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge Show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
Coming in hot. 24 years ago today, I was at, I actually woke up and came in, can you look up what day June 24th was?
And what he was doing?
On 2002.
Yes.
What, I think, to me, I remember it was a Wednesday or a Thursday. I don't know. Can we get a hold of Mach and I know Mach is listening. One of these days, hook up Alexa. And does Alexa have like the Chat GPT smarter version of Alexa?
June 24th was Monday.
Was a Monday.
Yes.
So it was a Monday. I did my show at 98 Rock, and Tyler's mom, Jenna, was scheduled for just a standard OBGYN. Like this was going to be her last little checkup sonogram before he came. He was about 2 weeks away. And this was going to be like the last one. They tell you how far down the tunnel he is. So, yeah, exactly. And it was set for like 3:30, and it was right by Morton Plant Hospital, her OBGYN gimmick. And so, even though her and I weren't together at the time, I was still going to because I still wanted to be, like, I went to all the Lamaze classes, and I went to, like, we were still friendly, we were still cool, we were having a kid, but we weren't a couple.
And so you were staring at the other women while you were working with yours?
Kind of. I mean, you look sizing up all the hot MILFs in the thing. So anyway, we go into the room, and they start, like, they put her up in stirrups and stuff, and they drape her, because they didn't want your coochie hanging out, and I'm just kind of up by her head in that area, and I can't see the draping what they're looking at, because they're looking in her. They're seeing how, I think there's no women in here, not even a doctor, so us dumbasses will try to navigate through this, but they were seeing, I think, how much they did a sonogram, and like his head, I'm looking at the sonogram, and his head, it looks like it's ready to pop out. I'm like,
so how dilated she was?
Yeah. So at first, they didn't put her up in stirrups. They just put the little petroleum on her belly, and they start putting that little thing around that little wand that shows you the little guy or whoever's inside there. And up until we knew we were having a boy, we thought like it was 2 or 3 weeks away, and his head was never down by her, down by the opening ever. Yeah. It's always been up like in the sack or whatever. So they do the. By the way, it's Wednesday, June 24th. 2026, my son's birthday.
Happy birthday.
He's 24 today. And Lasker's already got on me. Lasker's like, I see your new Tyler Clem shirt. Where's mine? I get him tomorrow. So he got screwed over on this company called Race Ranch that sells racers T-shirts for them. And I guess they had some kind of financial issue, or the partners. I think Bronson had I think Race Ranch used to sell Bronson stuff, and there was a big falling out. And I don't know if Race Ranch closed or they're only selling,
I never even heard of them.
Yeah, it's like it's a way for local guys. They not only do they manufacture the shirt, but then they also sell them at all the major events.
Oh, wow.
So they kind of get you both ways. They tic tac you on the menu. So when I saw Tyler last Saturday,
they filed for bankruptcy in May.
There you go. Yeah. So Tyler brought me this shirt last Saturday. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. It was for Father's Day, and I got a nice card, and he gave me a gift certificate. And I'm like, oh my God, those are cool shirts. He goes, yeah, but that's been a night. Don't even. So his girl kind of spoke up because she was the one that kind of brokered the deal and everything. He's like, man, I got screwed on that. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, well, I made however many of them, and I made them through Race Ranch because they do all the designs and stuff like that. Because, Gene, you know that race car shirts, as you got, Kurt Morgan's driver, Davey Hamilton's shirt on, like just a standard Bubba Army T-shirt. It's simple. It's black with a white logo. There's not a lot of colors, but with a sprint car T-shirt or a late model T-shirt or any race car T-shirt for that matter,
you want it busy.
Well, it's got a lot of colors in it.
Yeah.
And the back of my shirt, which I'll show you guys later, it has Tyler's 58 late model all yacked up in the corner, and there's sometimes 6, 7, 8 colors in a race car T-shirt. It's people that do race car T-shirts are like, it's a whole different subsect of merchandising in itself, just because of how elaborate the artwork usually is. So Race Ranch for the local racer, and even the big World Outlaw guys, and even the Lucas late model guys, and the sprint and the high limit sprint car guys, a lot of them do it through this place called Race Ranch. And Race Ranch not only will sell them for you, because they have a big Race Ranch hauler that goes to all the big races. They go to like the Dream and the Knoxville and all the high profile races, and they'll sell your T-shirts for you there. But they also design them. So he told me what he was paying, what they charge. I'm like, oh my God, T. They jacked you about $2 a shirt. Ooh. So they jack you $2 a shirt, and then they sell it in their Race Ranch, little merchandise trailer, and you only get 70% of your shirt sales. So I'm like, Tyler, let's just do the math here. It's virtually impossible for you to make any money on this, bud. Like, by the time they take their cut at the track and they knick-knacked you for $2 on the front, like, come on.
Dr. Remilak, $25.
And he's like, well, he's like, not only that, but they just sent me all my T-shirts back because they filed for bankruptcy. And,
at least they gave it to him.
Well, yeah, that's true. I will give Race Ranch that. They did give them to him. So I'm like, listen, you and I are kind of getting back together. We're kind of repairing any problems we may have. And I will tell you this. I'm going to tell you this. He's grown up tremendously. In just the 3 or 4 years that I haven't had any contact with him and Ace, they've really... And I have to give him credit. They're making their way. She's a nurse. She's got a great job. And he is doing cabinets right now for a guy, learning the cabinet trade. So that makes me happy. Like, he's just not sitting around, thinking that he's going to be a race car driver. He's learning a trade, and he's making a little money racing. I think Jeannie gets like 40% or 30%, and he's been winning a lot.
He's got to be making some kind of money. He wins every time.
No, he's won, I think, 4 in a row or 3 in a row. And he's won 4 sprint car races this year, and I think he has 10 wins this year.
Nice.
I mean, the kid's amazing. So anyway, back to 24 years ago. We go and they put the sonogram up to Jenna's belly, and it looks like his head's literally like out, like it's right by her vagina. And they're like, they quickly wipe the jelly off of her. That lubrication they put on your belly. They quickly wipe that off. They tell her, they put up these stirrups. They put her legs in these stirrups. They drape her. They go to look, and I don't know how many centimeters she was dilated, but it was like within a couple of when the kid's coming. And they're like, listen, your water's going to break here any minute. Like, you're having a kid today.
Wow.
And I'm like, man, this shiz is starting to get real here. I'm having a kid. And guess what? I got to find. I got the picture somewhere. I'm wearing a Terry McCarl T-shirt. I'm wearing a Terry McCarl sprint car T-shirt. They then send us right over to Morton Plant Hospital, which was like 2 blocks away. They already called the birthing place and let them know, listen, you guys got to expedite this woman right on in. Her name's Jenna, her last name. And so as soon as we got there, they took us right to this birthing room. They don't do it they just do it in a room now that's equipped for whatever. And they come in 5 minutes later. Man, those epidural needles are brutal. Have you guys seen those before?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus. They jammed that in her spine. They threw her up on the stirrups, and that had Tyler.
Like a good date.
Had Tyler at 4:30 in the afternoon. 4:30 in the afternoon. I didn't even take a day off. I was at work the next day, and so
You were just lucky you were there for that.
yeah, I was lucky. I got to be invited for that.
Yeah.
So. You know, when a baby comes out, a lot of times they don't have their circulation yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they look a little darker or browner, then they're gonna end up. Yeah. So I go.
Not how you did.
Her mom's there, her grandma's there, everybody. I'm the bad guy there, you know, and I
Holler out DNA.
no, Tyler pops out, and I go, that kid's Mexican. and they're like, they just all look at me like I'm the biggest piece of shiz ever, which I am. So they go and take him and clean him up and do all this kind of stuff.
He got whiter,
and they came back about 7 minutes later, and he's white. And then I held him, and so anyway, today's my son's 24th birthday. Tomorrow, I'm supposed to get the boxes of T-shirts, which is what I have on today. And we're going to sell them online so that I can try to get him to at least get his money back. And they're a great shirt.
Is that a late model shirt?
Yeah, it's a late model shirt.
Yeah.
And I'll show you. You haven't seen the back. I'll show you the back here in a minute. Show your back. Tell you that's Kurt Morgan's driver, Davey Hamilton,
Nice.
who's an unbelievable driver. That guy's yeah.
Well,
that's his sprint car shirt.
You're just killing it with the kids these days.
Look at
I had
that.
to listen to Walker talk to his swim teacher about you for like 20 minutes yesterday.
What? I get an I love you, and I get an I love you before he gets dropped off, and then he talks about me with his swim coach.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about how going up to Fort Walton. We're going with Bubba. Bubba's gonna be there. Bubba's gonna do the Harleys. We're going with Bubba. I think I heard your name like 13 times yesterday in the swimming
Or
pool.
he'll hate you again.
Well, no, he's not gonna hate me. He's gonna
hate me.
no. I'm just gonna continue to drive into him how good his dad is. You know.
I just keep poking on him. He'll never like me.
Yeah, you just keep being the bad guy. That makes me look. So, Gene.
Well, that's why I'm helping you out.
So you being so anyway, tomorrow it's looking like I might have these for sale.
That's awesome.
And if you'd like to buy a Tyler Clem, Big Front Motorsports, Viper Motorsports, Ocala Restaurant, here, I guess I can turn around and show you the back of it a little bit. Probably see my fat ass. Can you see it, Lummy?
Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
That's nice.
So there you go.
How much are they going to be again?
I think they're 20. I think they're $19.99.
Okay.
Up until XX, and then they go up $1 each. You know, they ding you for $1. So I think they'll be $19.99 from small to XL or large, and then maybe $20.99, $21.99 for 3, something like that matter. I mean, not if you go to a racetrack, they're $35, maybe $40. Gene, because we're rolling good this year, you've got to promise this year, because my February Winter Nationals, you got to promise this year to make it maybe to the USAC race or you didn't make it up last year at all. I know you're busy, but next year, when the Lucas boys come or something, you got to make it up one night.
Okay.
And I'll let you park like you can literally drive your truck across the track and park right in the middle, get a couple lawn chairs put in the back of your the tailgate area, and have the best seat in the house right there in the infield. Like right between 1 and 2 where they're just straight gassing it. Promise you're coming.
I promise I'm coming.
So anyway, Lasker, who is a absolute beef jerky connoisseur, he has.
I done finished my first pack.
So he every way. By the way, Lummy, I am so remiss because she did it today. at 5:41.
All right.
19 minutes before the show started, and that's the infamous Glowbug from Truly Yours Event Planning. Who in the Gene Lasker $25. Let me check my PayPal. Make sure no other Lasker scragglers come around. Maybe maybe a Johnny K. Maybe a Joe from the West Side. Nope. It's just the Glowbug.
Well, then you got Dr. Remy like 25 for Gene.
Dr. Remy. Thank you. You know, I got to tell you, and I can just buy one of these air horns. I have DeWalt batteries and stuff like that. I could buy a DeWalt air horn, and we don't even have to worry about installing the big pancake compressor upstairs with the big set of horns. I think this is as efficient as, you know, that certainly that's as efficient as the big one with an air compressor and stuff like that. Don't you think?
What about,
or
like,
should we?
Because I know Macho's gonna love it. What if we install the one up there for like really big, like, you know, $500 or more?
Yeah, that little one don't make you jump in here.
Yeah,
the big one makes us jump. From
so
time
you
to
have
time.
to have two options, two levels. Like maybe anything under 100 gets this, and then like anything we set a threshold for you to get the big.
Big horn buster.
Well, look at that. I mentioned his name, and he's like the Candyman 3 times, and he appears. Johnny K, and he comes in at 100. I'll be seeing Johnny in August as I go up to alumni night with the Warsaw Tigers. I'll coordinate a breakfast or a lunch with Johnny K.
Iggy McGillicuddy, $20.
Thank you, Iggy.
Last year
Appreciate
for
you
mayor.
down there water standing. So anyway, Gene brings 4 Slim Jims, snap into a Slim Jims every Wednesday and Friday. 2 for me, 2 for him. He brings me a string cheese with a banana kicker. He does the same thing. He stops by 7-Eleven, which, by the way, he thought he was going to miss. What's our guy's name? Gio from 7-Eleven. But he's like, man, the one down by your house is so much cleaner. It's so much nicer. There's not a bunch of vagrants hanging out outside. I don't have to worry about my truck getting stolen while I'm in the store. Like, you, as much as you're not VIP yet, it's really a better, cleaner situation, is it not?
Yeah.
Way nicer.
This part of town is too.
Yeah. So anyway, Gene is absolutely a beef jerky He's a connoisseur of this.
Well, the salt and pepper.
And so anyway, I mean, we are now starting to align with Steel Supplements. The big thing we're going to push is their Omni Energy drink. I do have their canned water right now, the Vital. Is it called Vital? Is that what it is?
Yes. Yeah, it's really good.
I think we're down to our last 1 or 2.
Yeah, I got to re-up with that.
And so if you go to steelsupplements.com, I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm not trying to talk bad about Jacked Up Jason, but it's overwhelming what they got. Like, oh my God.
Well, they got some more stuff because I had a meeting with all of them yesterday.
I mean, look. Energy drinks, Sody Pop, Hyperbolic Advanced Pre, Intra, and Post-Workout Formula, Shredded, Andro, Revita Extreme, Energy, Anabolic, Veg Pro. Again, all these supplements for guys like Macho Man, probably regular dudes like us too. Look at Bedroom Performance. They got hard as F.
Yeah,
to give you that boner.
Yeah, that one's really good, they said. Also, the Andros are juggernauts when it comes to margins and effectiveness.
Oh, whatever you just said. Pre-workout. They got hard at Fusion, whey protein. That comes in they got like a Krispy Kreme donut kind. They got a cookies and cream, the BCAA.
So what does that do for you?
So those are the Andro ones right there. The 4 Andro, 3 EPI Andro.
Right here?
Yep.
Now, when you say andro, is that like testosterone or
T boosters?
So they got unbelievable. Macho Man, have you looked at this stuff? Have you looked at any of this stuff? And is this stuff that you take, this kind of stuff?
I'm looking at it now. I did find your girl though. Alexa, what's the weather?
Current weather is 83 degrees Fahrenheit with partly cloudy.
Oh, you got it, but
perfect. We can get her hooked up one of these days. Don't need her now.
Yeah, I'll hook her up.
Whenever you hook her up.
Alexa, shut up.
So, they got all this stuff.
Yeah, they have Hard AF, which is an erectile product.
So they
got Shredder, the fat burner.
They sent us some of their beef jerky, okay? And we're like, okay, we like beef jerky. We like it a lot. Lasker eats, 2 Slim Jims every Wednesday and Friday. So without telling Lasker who they are, who did it, whether we're doing business with them or not, we gave Lasker. What did you give him? Did you give him the teriyaki? I just had the teriyaki.
No, I gave him. There was salt and pepper honey and the tropical fusion.
Right.
I just grabbed 2 random ones.
When Lasker walked, if they got cracked pepper, Korean barbecue, teriyaki, tropical fusion, just within their beef jerky world. They got chicken jerky. They got blazing buffalo. It's just everything they got is overwhelming.
Over the top.
And so, Lasker, I gave you a package of Steel Supplements beef jerky, and
I killed the tropical fusion. It's gone.
And what did you think? Is it not
It's the best thing I ever tasted.
It's the most. Hold on,
I'm serious.
It's
man.
the most
soft
tender.
and
It's
chewy.
it's so tender.
Right.
Like
so tender.
It's just so tender that it practically melts in your mouth. You can
Because
get
it's
it.
brisket beef jerky.
Oh, so it's the part of they use good beef.
Yeah, around
or
the balls.
good chicken. Oh, it's around the balls. There you go. Anyway, I'm really excited. I'm really excited about really getting into their Omni Energy. You can get a case of 12 for $26. I've tried 3 and I really like the Florida and the Georgia. And I got to try more. But I really like.
Gene's got the shotgun shell.
Yeah, the
one.
shotgun.
I think that's the
It's a
brass berry.
Oh no, I had that too. I'm big on that
Pretty good.
too.
Merch Kirk likes the pineapple one.
Yeah, I'm not a pineapple guy. I'm just not a pineapple guy. But I'm the shotgun guy, the peach guy, the Florida guy. Go to steelsupplements.com if you want to get any energy drink, canned water, beef jerky, any type of supplements, from erectile dysfunction to testosterone to pre-workout, post-workout, you name it, they got it. It's quite overwhelming.
Let me. Were you working on a pre-workout for me? Because you'd asked what I was using the other day.
Yeah, I was trying to get them.
But Mont, you
got
to communicate with us. You don't communicate very efficiently. We're in the communication
I was trying
business.
to get it to them so they could get me maybe a sample or something for you to look at.
Yeah, I've asked you a million times, do you want some of this stuff? And you just blow me off.
No, I'm back here working my ass off,
Okay,
man.
all right, buddy. No heat.
Well, use Bubba promo code Bubba10 for 10% off.
Yeah, if you go to
everything.
steelsupplements.com and you're going around and perusing around what you might want, use Bubba, and is it 10?
10, yes.
So Bubba 10, Bubba 10 will get you 10% off anything that you can order from there.
Buy 2 packs at a time because you're gonna need it.
Yeah, it's awesome, especially the beef jerky. So thank you to those guys. Very, very, very much. Today at 9:15, I got Gus and Justin Nunley. I sent them the Zoom link already. Hopefully they have a better internet connection than we had, last time. Lummy and I will be at Fort Walton Beach starting on Friday. What is it, about 6 hours from here?
Yes, sir.
I got the merch crate getting an oil change, and we're going to drive her Toyota Camry up there.
Oh, perfect.
It gets like 34 miles to the gallon.
You got to take pretty much 75 to 10, or you going back 19?
Oh, I'm doing 75 to 10.
Yeah.
Is that what you do?
It depends. It depends on the time of the day and the traffic, because Ocala, Gainesville can just really.
Oh, I know.
S&D.
I don't know what's wrong with 75, but the minute you get to like my, first of all, when you get to Wildwood, where the turnpike merges, then that's an absolute cluster F. And then when you get up into the Ocala area, that's gridlock. And then you got to get through Gainesville, that's gridlock. So, it's taken 19 up to, I don't know.
Does the expressway jump off all the way up past Crystal River, and then 19, you can take it to 10 or you take it to 98?
What, 19?
Yes.
Now, is 19 4-lane?
It's 2 lanes, but no one's ever on it.
Meaning just 1 lane north and 1 lane south?
No. 2 lanes.
4 lane.
4. Well, I thought you meant because there's parts of 19 now that are 3 and 4 lanes wide, so 8 lanes total.
Yeah.
So I thought that's what you meant.
No, but is 19 at least 4 lanes total?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, then you might as well take 19. But do you get stoplights and stuff through some of those cities?
From time to time.
From time to time, but usually you can just.
Gene, if you were going to Fort Walton Beach this weekend, would you take 75 or 19?
I would take 75 because it's smoother, easier, and you don't have to think.
Well, yeah, unless you're
19, you got to pay attention to driving because you got lights from time to time and
cops.
Yeah.
Well, there's cops on 75. But if you're running like Waze,
Not like 19.
I'll tell you one thing: the Waze app. I'm sure everybody's got it now. I mean, it's been out for a decade.
Yeah, Waze and Google has kind of merged now.
Yeah, and I think Google bought Waze. But Waze,
tell you
does
if you're
Google
traffic
tell?
and stuff?
No, they tell you cops. They tell you cops and everything.
You believe them?
Give me time. Yeah. Hell yeah. It'll say police reported ahead.
Yeah.
And then you'll say, okay, and then it'll be like, it'll give you a countdown as to 4/10. Usually they give you a half a mile warning. 4/10, 3/10, 1/10.
How far you got to be away from the cop to get you on his...
Well, it gives you plenty of time. So you can't even see the cop when it tells you.
Yeah, you can see 10 miles away, 20 miles.
How does it find that out?
People tell it.
Yeah, but see, it's
Narcs.
all like it's like the buddy system. So like you're constantly reporting stuff when there's a car on the side of the road. You hit a little button that says "car on the side of the road." Then everybody behind you gets the car behind the. I mean, there could be. It tells you how many people are on. Doesn't it tell you how many people are kind of close to you?
For the most part, yeah.
So,
That-
Gene,
that have
it's all
Waze.
about everybody taking care of each other. And let me tell you something. I bet you Waze, because I use it no matter. Listen, when I go to Ocala, it literally is. It's the easiest drive ever. You take 75 to State Road 326, make a right on 326, go down to Gainesville Road, make a left, and my track's on the left-hand side. Like there's 4 turns involved in the whole damn thing.
Yep.
And I don't need assistance. I've been probably 3, 4, 5, 6, 700 times I've been up there I've owned it since 2011. So for 15 years, I've been going up there. I don't need navigation, but I put my Waze app on because it saves my ass with cops. I bet you Waze has saved me from getting 20 tickets, at least. Because you can haul ass, Gene. You can run her up there 90. See, but here's the deal. You never run her in Florida now, and I think all states have these super speeders over 100 rules now, where, like, I used to run 110, 115 in that Crown Vic. Gene, I think I got a power. I think I got a power steering pump going bad.
About time.
Got to take it down to I got 210,000 miles on it. I go to pick it up from Alex Stein, and I go to turn right, and it feels like I'm driving a dump truck with
he broke it?
With no power steering. So I texted him. I said, hey, was the power steering giving you a hard time? He goes, yeah, I heard it whining, and it was kind of going in and out. And I go, well, that means it's probably low on fluid. So why didn't you put some fluid in it? He goes, I only had about another day to drive it or so.
Oh, that's nice.
So he probably burnt the. If you run it low on fluid, if it first starts whining and giving you indicators that it could be low on fluid, and you pull it over, timely and put fluid in it, you're probably okay.
You're okay.
But if you run it for a day,
then it gets it hot, and it gets that front pulley bearing hot.
And it burns it up.
Burns it up.
So I got to see if because I don't want like a jobber rolling up my Crown Vic. I would drive my Crown Vic to keep the miles off the Toyota, but I'm taking the Camry 34 miles to the gallon. But here's the deal. When I used to run the Crown Vic up there before the super speeder law, I'd run it 120, just straight up there, especially coming home at night, leaving the track like at midnight, getting home. It was an hour and 20 to the studios, hour and 15 to the studios, but I'd run it a straight 120, and that thing would just eat. Well, now, even if you have a Waze app or a radar detector, a lot of times you'll be the first guy on, to report it, and nobody, you don't know that you're gonna get stopped, So I don't run over 100 now, just in fear that I do, so that the Waze missed a cop or something. I run 95 because they can't take you to jail. If you're 100 plus, they can seize your car, impound your car, and and they usually take you right to jail. So I run 95 now, because I'm going to get a ticket maybe if they pull me over, but they can't get you part of the super speeder deal. And, right there on the app, Lummy, it has a GPS. So, like, even if you have a bigger tire or a smaller tire on your car and your speedometer might be off 2 or 3 miles an hour, which it's not uncommon, it'll tell you how fast you're going through, through the GPS on the Waze app.
It does, yeah.
Lasker, you never use the Waze app?
No.
Never?
Never. Don't even know what it is.
You need to use it. It tells you everything, and it saves your ass. So anyway, I'll take 75. You and I'll get there. I'm leaving right after the show. I'm gonna probably be pulled out of here by 10:30.
That's the plan. I was gonna see too if you'd be okay if I leave my truck here.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'll park it over by the goats.
Clem's impound. You just take the key, lock it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm gonna take my keys. I'm gonna.
You know what
park it
you
over
should
by the
do,
shed.
since you love those damn goats so much, is you should actually park the gate's big enough. Park it inside them. Let them climb all over it for the weekend.
Oh, they'd love that.
They would.
Trust me.
They would climb on the very hood, the roof, everything.
They've already tried to get on
caved
the.
in.
They've already tried to jump on the engine when I put a banana up there.
Yeah.
Hootie gets up there.
They got water now. Did you see that?
Sure do.
Does that help your situation out?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but we got a couple leaks.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I saw that yesterday. I called Greg.
Yeah, Greg will fix it.
The thing's, there's a crack in it.
Is there?
Yeah. It's no one's fault. It's just
I think Robert tried to go a coarse thread into a fine thread or vice versa on the deal, I think. But New York Greg will fix it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, exactly. He got my podcasting area fixed yesterday.
Yeah, it looks beautiful
as well. When I return, hell to the no. No way am I getting on one of these big. This is a Six Flags over Georgia, and it's one of the park's tallest rides. It suddenly stopped, leaving these people in these chain. First of all, I don't even think that I'd go to get in this ride, and I don't think I would fit. So I would think they'd say, "Sir, you're too fat," because that chair right there, that guy looks to be about maybe 200, 210 pounds, this guy right in front of us here, and he looks like he's just wedged in there. So add another, 90 on this guy. There's no way I'm fitting in there. So I probably don't get a ride this ride, which is fine by me. I'm not a roller coaster guy anymore. I used to ride anything. It didn't matter. No way. I'm afraid of heights. I'm really turning into a pussy the older I get. How are you on heights, Gene?
Hate them.
Yeah. You're a pussy too.
I've never liked heights, even when I was,
but as much of a gangster as you were on the wheelie, like you could do a wheelie. Can you still do a wheelie?
Yeah, of course I can. But that don't mean that you're not got no height. You just got tilt.
Yeah. And you control your own destiny at that point.
Yeah.
Right. So, Lummy, what time is the VIP party at Emerald?
6 to 8.
6 to 8.
Yes.
For the VIP. Now, is that if you're going to the missing parts ride? Well, just go to emeraldcoastharley.com and you can get all your credentials and sign up for the ride. The ride is, Saturday morning. Sign up for all of that. But can you also sign up for this VIP party that's happening tomorrow night?
You got to buy tickets. I got to see if they're still available, but everything was online.
Yeah. Will you?
I'm going to look right now.
Yeah, or maybe even send me a link, okay?
No problem.
All right.
Yep, he insulted everyone during that last break. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show returns after these words.
Messenger. You know where it's at, Lemmy?
Do you see two little dots? It should be right by your clock.
Okay. Macho?
Come in. I can't even get into your computer. The remote's not working either. So this computer's really
Let me. Can you get a couple buttons over here?
What's going on?
Yeah. Is it not back up yet?
Yeah, I knew that.
Did it freeze? Did it freeze on you?
Stayed on the same.
Oh, yeah. It looks like it freeze.
Does that help you too? Can you get in now?
No, I have a different program that runs in there that's not running, so I'll look at it later. I don't want to fuck anything up.
Think you froze up. Let me reset it.
Let's get last year's thumb. Let's hit 1,000 by 8:30.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's hit 1,000 by 8:30 if we could, please, and then drop some comments.
China Trump guy, good one.
What's that?
The China Trump guy, I emailed a good one to you.
Okay. Hey, Lemmy.
Yes, sir.
This is what you sent me. It's a complete blank.
Okay.
Look, and I'm refresh. I'm doing a refresh, Willie, on it and everything.
Yeah, I'll just send you the front page of it. I'm getting Gene pulled up. His computer froze too.
I'm freezing. My machine's freezing.
Can you is that big enough for you?
Yeah.
Because I tried to have it.
That's great.
Tried to have it big for you when you got here.
No, yeah, those are perfect.
It should be good. Let's see. All right, good. There you go.
This computer can really, honest to God, suck my dick.
Well, one's on order.
This one can suck my fucking dick. Look, I'm fucking hitting this. Look,
See, so it wasn't, because it's working on mine. I'm looking at it right now.
this computer can suck my dick.
Because I just sent you, all I sent you was their homepage. Events. And then Emerald Coast, or Missing Parts Ride is right there.
Where?
Go up and keep going. To the right. Other way. Events, and then go all the way down to Missing Parts Ride. And all that's the info I sent you. Whenever it.
Right here?
Well, it hasn't loaded yet. It's trying to load. That's. There you go.
Oh, I don't know that the VIP is even available. Yeah, let me. If you go, it only offers you. It only offers you now reserve a spot. So I think the VIP is sold out.
Nice.
Bob Cook, Grouper Lips, Yinzer in Florida, the Attack of the Dogs.
Good morning, Bubba Lessman Show.
Y'all throw them thumbs up. Get them rolling. I'm glad I wasn't on that damn ride.
Hold on, we're on break. Go back to
On them little thin chains.
Thank you, Johnny K. Thank you, Dr. Remulak. Thank you, Glowbug.
Johnny K, morning. Uncle Rook.
Johnny
Uncle
K.
Rookie, morning. Bow, bow, bow. Grouper Lips. Bubba Army for life, morning. Soul.
Whether you're a contractor or do-it-yourselfer, Sunbelt Rentals is committed to making it easy to get the tools and equipment you need. With a vast network of locations across the U.S. and Canada, no one brings more yes to your project. Our broad inventory and dedicated team of experts makes equipment rental absolutely available, positively reliable, and unquestionably easy. Visit sunbeltrentals.com to reserve your equipment or find a location near you.
He doesn't care about opinion polls and research studies.
Oh, I feel safer already.
He's more concerned about getting a hot porn star for a mix-in with his wife.
Okay, good, because I want to have sex.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Lasker's about 400, almost 400 deep on the thumbs up if you're watching us on YouTube.
We'll try to do bust 1,000 by 8:30.
Yeah, I'm going to try to bust 1,000 by 8:30. If
We can do it.
Also drop a comment if you will as well.
Let's go. Thumbs up.
Gus and Jason Nunley from Emerald Coast Harley Davidson will be on today at 9:15 our time, 8:15 Fort Walton time. You can go to Emerald Coast Harley, or actually Emerald Coast HD.com. You can go to the events section and you'll see the Missing Parts Ride Weekend, and where you can start. If you've waited this long to sign up, you can get signed up.
It's called Missing Parts.
Yeah,
Ride.
You don't know the premise of it, and
I know the premise of it. It's like that's mean, ain't it?
No.
No.
If people are an amputee.
Hey, dude, how about that missing part you got there?
Yeah, well,
Let's
how
go for a ride.
about the new part that Emerald Coast Harley made for me, so I can hook on to my missing part, and I can now drive a Harley.
That's right.
Because they've made a prosthetic that can hold a clutch or hold a throttle or a shift, a left foot, 1 down, 4 up shifter, or
right.
So it's.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. Them new 3-wheelers they got.
What, Harley making a new 3-wheeler now?
Oh man,
for real?
I can't wait to get old so I can get one.
Like a sidecar Willie or like a
no,
3-wheeler?
No, a 3-wheeler. But yeah,
like the one Ned used to have.
Yeah, but
that kind of deal.
But the bike tilts as you ride it. Don't just sit up on top of it with 3 wheels.
Chub it up, Spice, $20.
So thank you, Chubb. It probably makes makes cornering better.
Yes.
Because the thing about the ones with the stiff suspension is cornering was kind of sketch.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, they had sketched it.
Like especially right side, because you had that lead tire out there that was kind of like almost dragging.
Yeah.
They didn't. I don't think that dummy wheel had necessarily an independent suspension.
I couldn't believe it, man. That Crystal Harley there, they had like 20 of them sitting there, and I couldn't believe how nice they were.
So anyway, go to emeraldcoasthe.com, sign up so that you can just get part of the ride now. I don't know that any VIP tickets are left for Friday night's VIP event, but there are. You can still get into the ride. It's a great cause. It's going to be a ton of people. Lummy and I will be there, and hopefully you as well. Well, Gus and Justin Nunley again at about 9:15 our time here. Hi, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Bubba, long-time listener. Congrats on the new studio. Looks amazing.
Thank you, my friend.
So I do bridges, and I've heard you talk about high reaches and stuff out of your track, and then you guys just talk about heights. Imagine being on a 250-foot high reach on the deck of the Skyway at night.
No.
The cables where
no,
they go
no way.
the towers.
No,
Why would you even want to imagine that?
Now hold on. Are you saying that's what you do? Yeah. No, man. There's no way. There's no way, bud.
How much you get paid for that?
I mean, like you get a lot. I mean, do they pay
How much
you?
an hour do you pay?
Like do they pay you a lot for that?
Is he up at the Skyway now?
I don't know.
He sucks.
Sir, you can hear yourself on the air and realize we can't.
He was crystal clear during the break too.
Just call.
Get off the Skyway. Walk down to the bottom. And call us back.
Oh, yeah.
Just call us back. I don't know where this is coming.
Confusing people.
I don't know where this is. Okay, I got it. I got 950
calls.
No, 950 tabs open. So, in the day and age of everybody doing, and even myself, and mine is horrible. Like, mine is just enough to know when I do my Donald Trump impersonation. First of all, I've never been good at impersonations. Actually, my best impersonation is Gene Lasker. Like, that's my best one.
No, Trump is your best one.
Let me tell you something. And the thing about it is it doesn't really sound like Gene, but it
But it is me.
But I just make it's so over the top, and it's not Gene, but it's my best one. Hey, let me tell you something. This is Gene Lasker, and I got the most winningest sprint car driver in the history of Florida.
You have three good. impersonations.
Which is the third one?
Well, number one's Gene.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Dion, and 3 is Trump.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, he does a good Dion, don't he?
Sponge, let me tell you something. If I'm going to get out of bed today, somebody's going to pay for it. If it don't make money, it don't make sense, Sponge. Ain't no Sponge like the one I got. And even my Dion one is just not good at all.
Yes, it is.
Big E, $50.
What's my third one?
Trump.
Hold on, Big E.
Trump,
man. You do Trump great.
I don't do Trump that good, but I do Trump good enough to know that I'm talking about Trump. But this guy here, honest to God, I think he might be from China or Japan.
Oh, it's China.
He's okay. So this guy's from China, and it's one of the better Trump impersonations. Now he doesn't look. There's some people that try to wear the red tie and the MAGA hat. There's a guy that rolls around TikTok and he acts like and he does the physical portion of Trump too. But this guy here audibly does one of the better Trumps I've heard.
Love it. Come on. How's everybody doing?
I mean, does that not? I mean, That sounds dead. And he's got more. He's got more.
今儿忙我今天啊，今儿忙我这儿星期四哈。This is my favorite restaurant. I love this place. Look at this. A lot of energy. A lot of people. They're here. Let's
There's like 6 people there.
have a family bucket. Come
You're
on.
better than
Look
him.
at those people. They're happy, right? Very happy. Let's do something finger licking good. Let's do it. 攞個嚟㗎嘛，就找個嚟㗎。
All right. So, I think the guy from the Skyway might have been calling him back, but he hung up. I would like to. I like to get
went down.
Oh, our whole phone system went down.
Jeez.
Man.
Pay the bill.
Oh, I pay the bill, my friend. We got kind of our first power bill.
Woo, I'm freaking out. My legs got little shivers to them just looking down from where that dude's looking down
so
from.
this is this is Six Flags over Georgia. And this
He's
is that.
100 feet.
And you've all seen it at the carnival where they had the swinging chains.
I don't do that.
But at the carnival, man, they only go like 50 feet up, 40 feet up.
I still don't do them.
This looks like it's about 100 feet up. And it's just in some... I mean, the chairs look pretty ruggedly constructed. And, it looks like they have 4 chains per... But if just one of those would break, Gene...
That's right. It's the monkey carnies that have put them together.
That's right. The monkey carnies that put these things together. And so there's 4 chains in all 4 corners of the chair. But if just one of those broke... then it's going to probably tip you out.
Right, one bad link. You kinked it, loading it up. And then
200 and now just to let you guys know by comparison. Hold on. The Sunshine Skyway is 197 feet. They call it 200. It's 200 if you get on top of the
handrail.
But now they got nets. Did you guys see that? They got nets in them where you can't kill yourself.
Oh, good.
We can't jump off.
That's stupid.
By the way, I'd blow through those nets.
Let them die.
But Gene, stop.
People want to die.
No.
They should be
by the
allowed
way,
to.
if you got any of those type of thoughts, please dial 988. You're never alone. Please do not listen to Gene Lasker. So 260 feet.
Woo! Look at how high that is.
Park gets stuck midair.
Jeez,
and I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm up here and I'm one of these people right here,
and I'm stuck,
I'm having to calm myself down. I'm having to talk to myself.
Of course you are.
And I'm closing my eyes, and I'm just. I'm not necessarily the most religious person in the world, but I'm praying to whoever will listen. Please, whoever's up there, like whoever's keeping score, please. Yeah, thank you. I got a macho.
I'm gonna start shaking the machine.
Oh no, Gene!
Bouncing up and down, making everybody shake.
No, I got a match when I need it. I'm good now.
I'd kill you, Gene.
If
you're gonna die with us all together.
Would you just start kind of like?
Yeah, shake it.
No, oh my God!
You'd be so
I would
mad
say
when you get to the bottom.
so. If you were this guy right here, okay, shaking it, and I'm this guy over here, I'm yelling, I'm saying, "Hey, I'm telling you right now, when we get down, bitch, I'm killing you. I'm killing you. I am going to kill you. I am scared. Stop it." And let me tell you something. Hey, fat man, you scared? You scared,
You
fat
scared
man?
up here, you're going to be scared down there too, boy.
Look at this.
Whoa, that black girl is frozen. Did you see her face?
I'm absolutely frozen in time, borderline. I mean, I'm just... And then if you're sitting...
that guy's laughing.
And look at this dude.
Yeah,
if
he's
you're
laughing.
sitting... Now, if I'm by myself, I'm thinking, okay, I got potentially 8 chains that are holding me here, but I'm by myself. But if I got, Lasker beside me, he's running 240, I'm running 300. They probably wouldn't put us on this, but those methed out carnies.
They don't care.
They don't care. Be like they're going to put 2 fatties on there.
Yeah, throw
and
them in there.
Look at this. I mean, oh my
I'd be
God.
puking.
I'd be puking. I'd be crying.
I'd make myself puke just to hit somebody down there.
Yeah, because you can't get in trouble.
Yeah, what are you going to do about it?
I puked. And what are you going to do about it? So, we're getting ready to celebrate July 4th. And there's nobody that I know, white or black, that was either a slave, whose family owned a slave, who thinks slavery was good, and there's nobody alive that was a slave, and whose immediate family wasn't a slave. Now, your great-great-great-grandmother or father potentially could have been it. But why can't we just move on from the slavery gimmick? Why do we got to keep on with this slavery deal? Why do African American and black influential people that have platforms, and even people like Whoopi Goldberg, why can you not understand that's not the world we live in today? You're looking at probably 75% of all Americans. You can't even trace slavery back to their ancestry because they're from the North and they didn't own slaves. They're white forefathers and great grandmom, and all slavery was not in their family. And so how can we be responsible for that? And like, it's just, it seems like you just want something to hate and to divide us. And if we can't come together as a country and enjoy, the 250th anniversary of our country has nothing to do with slavery. Slavery was a part of our as we were growing up and getting older and going down the path of independence. Slavery was a subsection of our history, but it's no longer part of our history. It's not a proud moment of our history. And the great Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president of the United States, abolished slavery, and the great was it Emancipation Proclamation? Emancipation Proclamation.
Yeah. They couldn't come up with a better thing than that.
7 years ago.
Yeah, people talked a little different back in the day.
So
I said, let's just go to war.
And so, they did. They went to war, G. Let's
do it again.
No, let's not go do it again. With the South first and North again. So you're gonna be fighting for the South. Exactly. There's really not a really easy
I don't know
way.
what side yet.
Yeah. Hey, Steve Lasker, I'm a free agent. Who wants my service? Hey, North, you want me? South got me a pretty damn good offer, but North, give me more land and my own powder coating place up in Indy, and I'm there.
That's that.
So here's the thing, man. All of us are so entrenched into where we live and the infrastructure of our homes and our, this studio, that I could never, although I'd love to have maybe a summer home in Warsaw so I could go up and see my buddies and stuff like that. I could never picture myself living. I can't. My whole entire family's down here now. My mom, my sister, my son, everybody that's close to me lives here.
Poor dad.
My dad lives in Reno. I have it now where I get to see my dad at least once a year now. So that's good. But let me. Could you ever, with all the infrastructure you have, rental properties, your kid in the school system that he goes to, you've built your little. Everybody kind of builds your little ecosystem around where you live, and quite like Lasker, you could never move.
No.
Meaning, because I think you've built your place.
If somebody want to buy me out of everything I got.
It'd have to be double what you got in it. Just for the pain in the ass. Because here's the deal. Where are you going to be able to go and get that much land and replicate what you got for what you built it for?
Yeah.
You can't put a price on it.
No.
Because you got the shops right where you want them. You got your rental property right, but you're never going to be able to find any type of
scenario.
Yeah, maybe somewhere like I don't know, in Groveland or something like that. But nothing that's like you literally pull out of your
place. I'm on a dead end street. I'm away from everybody.
Well, you're
and then 1 block away, I'm back in the city.
Right. Same way with me.
Yep.
With here. Like
you got a bat cave.
Well, here's the deal. Yeah. And Lummy and his wife were looking for this sort of setup, and
you beat him to it.
Eric and I got.
Would you have bought this place, Lummy, if you found it before him?
Yeah, I think absolutely he would have.
Because
I buy everything.
100%.
I mean, we got.
Perfect.
I mean, you're in the woods, but in 3 minutes you can be part of everything.
Yep, you sure can.
And in 3 minutes you can be on the interstate, and you got woods. Like I genuinely got woods. Like I'm in the woods.
Yep.
And then the setup, the pool, and just everything that I got set up. Like it's just I got soon as we walked in here. First of all, there was a contract on this place, and the person's money fell through. Financing fell through.
Sorry about your luck.
And it was just listed on Zillow. Eric is like, "Hey, I got this place to go look at," because we knew at that point we were about a year and a half away from the studio lease being up. And I knew I needed to get out of there, just for how much it cost a month. And just, I hadn't outgrown it. It actually was way more than I needed. I needed to downsize, not only financially, but just in life. And I didn't want to be living in a warehouse anymore. Like, I wanted to have a place of my own garage. Inevitably, we were like, okay. At first, we were going to buy some land and like maybe build a barnuminium.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But
you got the same thing. But pretty much.
Yeah, I do.
Cabin.
Better one.
Yeah, better.
Because do you know how much a pool costs? A pool's $150 nowadays.
It's ridiculous.
If you put that same pool that I got on here that's 8 foot deep, that's $150,000. So we found this. We walked in. The realtor was here, and I said, "We want it. Like, we'll pay full price."
You knew when you smelled it, huh?
Pay full price, no negotiation, because she had already sold her house, so we had the financing,
cashier's check,
and so she's like, "What?" I'm like, "We put an offer in right now, full asking price, no inspections. We'll just, if there's something wrong with it, we'll deal with it. Full price, full inspections. We'll close in 2 weeks." And as a seller, Gene, when you hear that, when you were putting,
over.
When you put, let's say you were to put your rental house up for sale, right?
Yeah.
And you'd list it for full price, which is probably 40 or 40, $450, which is, you're killing somebody on that one.
Yeah.
And a guy walked in and said, "I want it, full price, put an offer in, no inspections, close cash in 2 weeks."
Welcome to the neighborhood.
You can't take that guy to lunch fast enough. Yep. Right?
Yep.
That's your new buddy. So, I was like, "Erica, we'll never be able to find land, a place that we can build a studio or add, that use the garage as the studio, a place that's got a pool, a place that's got woods. My Lord, let's not dick around here.
Got little condos on the other side of the pool so people don't got to sleep in my house.
Let's just get it." So that's the deal. Hello.
All right, Bubba.
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to say real quick, they don't really talk about this, but if you were poor back then, you were a slave. It didn't matter what color your skin was.
Well, it did.
If you were poor, you were a slave.
There was a time and period where it was a black thing when we were importing them from Africa, so it was a black thing.
At the same time, we imported the Chinese.
But historically, globally, white people, Caucasian people that are of the white Caucasian pigmentation have been enslaved by just pure numbers as much, if not more so, than black people. So every nationality and every portion of people, the Chinese, the Asian, everybody has been enslaved one time or another. And it's just...
My family was slaves in New York City. So you Yankees slaved us.
That's the great Gene Lasker and his...
Well, you all promised the Polish people, you said, come on over, we're going to give you a free piece of land.
So,
well, you didn't give us nothing. Not even minimum wage.
Joy Reid. I don't know who Joy Reid is.
She was the lady that used to be on CNN, I believe, or MSNBC, and she got fired.
And so she's doing a podcast. And this is, she at this point tries to, I think, be a spokesperson potentially for the African-American community. And can't we just be happy and thankful for what July 4th absolutely represents, and that is the birth of our country. And we don't have to subsect it into white, black, or what have you, that we're all Americans.
She's not.
Well, she is. Yes, she is, Gene. She's an American. Before she's black and before you're white.
No, the one on the left.
Yeah, she is too. And why can't we, as Americans, instead of being a black person or a white person, why can't we be an American first? And more importantly, be proud of our country that we're at 250 years. Now, by country standards, that is such a minimal time. There are countries that are 3,000 and 4,000 years old, if not more. Like what's Italy and what's, Great Britain and some of these European countries that were, Israel and in Saudi Arabia. I mean, the birthplace of Jesus is in Israel, isn't it?
I mean, some say it's outside,
Jordan
like
or
Iraq and things like that.
But
Iraq. God wasn't from Iraq.
Well, it's not God, Gina. It would be Jesus. God was never, ever actually rolling around the earth anywhere, supposedly, if you believe in Christianity. But here's the deal. There's countries that are thousands and thousands of years older than we are. And we're at 250, and we already have
Bethlehem
signs.
is in Palestine.
We already have signs of that we're losing our shiz, and if you were to consider our country a business, we're not doing too good right now. We got the guys in the back warehouse; they're fighting with the management, and we're just not as a business. We're fighting. We don't like each other. We're murdering each other. So if you look at us as a business, man, I really don't know how much longer we're going to be around unless we shape up, and that's including to every. We need to really shape up.
Like Italy's 3,000 years old.
Yeah, Italy's 3,000 years. That's what I said. There's countries that have been around 3,000 years, and they're still together. And we've only been around 250 years, and we are starting to spin out. We hate each other. We're fighting from within.
Because in many ways, and with apologies to my dear spicy white friends, because I know that my white brothers and sisters do love a 4th of July. It is Independence Day. Everybody's barbecuing. It's a thing. I can promise you, black folks, we will take that day off. We will barbecue because we off. But black people, that nobody black I know is really excited about the 4th of July because it is what Frederick Douglass said it is. It is the celebration of slaveholders who freed themselves from having to pay taxes to the crown for their slave empire.
No.
We're still paying taxes.
No.
Shut up.
No. It's not for slaveholders that were trying to elude taxes from Great Britain. It was for a group of people that lived here that were trying to distance themselves from Great Britain, not only for the tax portion of it, but for the freedom of speech and able to criticize the king and be able to say what you want and have religious freedom and worship, whether you're a Catholic or you're a Protestant or you're Muslim or you don't even believe in God, to be able to worship how you want. It had nothing to do with slaves. Nothing.
Actually, because she's really wrong on that one. Because
no, I know, and I looked it up. But go ahead, please tell me, because I did look it up.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then, so actually, what the king, I think it was King George at the time. King George, actually, he didn't really care if the Americans had African slaves or different, people's, Chinese slaves. But he did he charged taxes on white slaves, the poor from England. So he would send the poor from England over here to be our slaves.
And those were Caucasian people.
Correct.
So, that's about as much of race baiting as you can get, to say that African Americans are not going to celebrate our country's birthday because we got our independence because slave owners of black people were trying to not pay taxes on their slaves. That's factually wrong. And what that is just you're race baiting. You're absolutely race baiting at this point, just like the mayor of Chicago. Just like I'm tired of it. I'm absolutely tired of it.
Man, I went into a tent the other day.
Before I'm white and before I'm black, I am an American.
And there was black people buying fireworks inside that big tent.
Yeah, you should have said, hey,
No, I took my lighter out and flicked it a couple of times and made her scream. The lady screamed, don't do that, don't do that. I said, well, it'd be a great 4th of July. It ain't 4th of July yet. I said, okay.
The views and opinions made by Gene Lasker are not necessarily those of our advertisers or this.
Everything's just so. I got such a mouse issue.
Mouse?
Hello. Yeah, because it doesn't appear. Then if you move it to me, then it fires. God. Hello.
Hey, Bubba. Just jumping back to the roller coaster deal. I sent Lummy a picture of you on the Superman from back in 2003 when you guys came up to Connecticut.
Isn't that when your mom gave Ned his jizz?
K5.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Supposedly your mom took Ned's wiener around the farm. Well, as we were loopity-looping on the Superman ride in Connecticut, your mom was taking Ned's gimmick right around the farm. That's what I heard.
Sure it wasn't him?
God bless both of them, as they're both no longer with us anymore, but God bless both of them.
It's true that.
All right, my man. Joe the Supermarket, appreciate you, buddy. Thank you. When I return, I can't take this guy anymore. And in fact, Lummy has reached out to the dude that bust this guy's balls.
Yes.
Brandon Johnson, who I actually, as I was eating breakfast today, I was going through my chat GPT and I asked, is Brandon Johnson, will he go down as the worst mayor in Chicago history? And chat GPT, which tends to be, they tend to be a little more positive and they won't just tell you what you want to hear. It says, technically, we can't quite figure out whether he's going to be the worst mayor in Chicago history because he still has, however many much left on his term. But if you were to judge by his approval rating today, then yes, chances are he might be the worst mayor of all time in Chicago. Not because he has the highest death rate, because his death rate is actually down about 17%, but just because he is just an absolute racist. Everything in his city, he reverts back. I mean, yesterday we play audio Lummy of him blaming Richard Nixon.
Yes.
Donald Trump. Everybody but himself gets blamed for the trials and tribulations they're having within Chicago. And by the way, he has defunded the police. He doesn't, he's not nearly hard. He's not. It's a sanctuary city where you can be an illegal migrant or an illegal immigrant, and you can come to Chicago, and he doesn't let ICE agents, for the most part, roam around Chicago like they should. And illegal immigrants and illegal migrants have killed people that his judicial system has let out, or his police department has not incarcerated because he has a don't take in the illegal immigrants policy. Yesterday, over the weekend, 40 shot, 8 murdered during Father's Day and Juneteenth celebrations in Chicago. And he's talking about how slavery is continuing to harm the city of Chicago. Not your policies, not the fact that your police department can't be the badass policemen that the Chicago police, the men and women that are actually boots on the ground, that are trying to go and shake people down and go into high risk crime areas and stop and frisk and ask questions and take guns away from bad guys. Not because you've taken that away, but because slavery. He's blaming it all on slavery. Now, the last time, didn't slavery end in 1876? Something like that? Juneteenth, the celebration of Juneteenth is the fact that Texas was the last state to get the news. News back then didn't travel very quickly.
By horse.
News traveled, from written newspapers that would hub and spoke out through Washington, and it took a couple years to get. So while slavery was abolished,
1865.
While slavery was abolished, it took Texas 2 years to get the news. So they were still having slaves technically when it was illegal. Finally, somebody like a U.S. Marshal or the U.S. Army or something went down there and told all the people that owned slaves in Texas, you can't have slaves no more. We outlawed it 2 years ago. And they're like, well, we didn't hear about it. And so Juneteenth, I think, is a celebration of the fact when the news finally got to the last person in Texas to no longer own slaves. And at that point, nobody had a slave, at least legally. That's what Juneteenth is it not? I think that's the celebration of Juneteenth.
Yes.
We'll get into that when I return.
Don't be mad at him, dude. Be happy for him. He would be happy for you.
Yep, they got it all figured out.
Oh, no, I'm happy for him. I'm so happy for him that I would like to beat him with my happiness.
Bubba the Love Sponge returns after this.
He posted it last night. I guess he was really busting Brandon Johnson's balls. And Brandon Johnson pretty much told him that he can free himself out of the room. He didn't want to talk to him.
I warned you that Juneteenth is historically one of the most violent days for whatever reason. Let me ask that question. I do. You said okay. Will you accept his help now?
That's an idiot.
And he says, if Chicago's so safe, then why do you have 150 police officers?
Right.
Why don't you release them on the streets to help people? And Johnson pretty much tells him to fuck off.
Oh my God, Gene. So I got this article about this guy who builds this UFO boat, okay? And you being...
That's a boat?
A guy... Just quit fucking with me. Let me explain it to you. So it shows step by step how he engineered and built this from scratch. And I'm like, I don't even have the ability to think that way. Like, this guy's so fucking brilliant on how he engineered this. And I'm gonna, you having to engineer stuff and make stuff, I'm gonna walk you, like, it's unbelievable how he built this fucking thing. If we have
Jimmy Kimmel's going on a 2-month sabbatical.
If we have enough time. So that's that, and that's that. And then I'm gonna fucking tease. So I got... Give me Post-its!
I'm looking for...
Okay, don't worry about it. I'm done.
Here, Macho, do some of yours because I got to go through some boxes. And
That's all. That's okay. That'll be good enough for today.
Okay, and I'll go after the show and look through the boxes.
All right, no big deal. Thank you, bud.
No problem. Johnny Rubba. I have to figure that out.
The views and opinions made by Gene Lasker are not necessarily those of our advertisers or this radio station.
Strive to reach new lows every day. It's Bubba the Love Sponge. Back to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Lasker needs a G-ball. 1,000 thumbs up. He's at 600 right now, I think. like to have 1,000 by 8:30. Please.
Please.
Thank you. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App at the Bubba Army. Johnny K. Dr. Rimulak, Gloria.
Chub it up.
As in the glove bug, and Chub it up. All
Iggy McGillicuddy.
And Iggy for 20. Thank
and
you.
Big E on the 50.
And Big E, man, thank you so much, Big E, for that little project you did for me. I cannot thank you enough. Oh, my God. Big E's a computer whiz.
He is a superstar.
Gus and Justin Nunley at 9:15 our time, 8:15 Fort Walton Beach time, as we are going to promote the Missing Parts Ride happening this Saturday. Do they have kickstands up? Do they have a kickstand up time?
Yes, I saw it. Let me give you an exact one, because I was looking at it last night.
What's the VIP party for Friday, which, by the way, that's sold out?
Kickstand's up 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock noon.
Pre-ride meeting at 11:30.
Right. And then what time is the Friday night VIP no longer available, sold out, Willie? What's that?
6 to 8 for VIP
6
ticket
to 8.
orders.
And we'll be rolling in town about 4:30.
That's what we should be getting there. Yep.
Let's get a hold of Griffo and get our, because we can just go right to the hotel and check in.
That's the plan. I sent him an email.
Thanks.
No problem.
This is Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, who is probably the biggest race-baiting asshole in America. And if there was a white guy that was acting this way, or a Hispanic guy, or a Chinese guy, or Karen Bass from Los Angeles who got her ass kicked, and I guess she made it to the general, right? But the Spencer guy, the former reality guy who seemed like he was trending, he didn't even make the special runoff. It's like, I think, an Asian woman and Karen Bass for the mayoral.
Yeah, it's the chick that's underneath Karen Bass, like her assistant governor. She found, I think they said on the last day or two, she found like 20,000 votes or something.
Oh, imagine that. So here's the mayor of Chicago. He might be one of my most, I might hate him. I think I hate him and Whoopi the most. just overall hate. And I don't like the Chud, the builder, the guy either. I think he's a piece of shiz. He's a race baiter on the other end of the deal.
Yeah.
He really gives white people a bad name. He embarrasses us. Here is the mayor of Chicago addressing the deadly weekend they had over the Juneteenth Father's Day past weekend, which was just 4 days ago. And then I have a long form. There's a guy named William. What's his name? William
J. Kelly.
He is this reporter, and and God bless his little soul, he's the only reporter in Chicago. You got WGN, you got WTM, you got WTMJ. I don't know. You got all the affiliates. You got Channel 32. You got the NBC, the ABC, the CBS, the Fox, the CW. You got all that in Chicago, and you got WBBM Channel 2, which I think is the CBS affiliate who I worked for when I was in Chicago. Then you got WABC, which is Channel 7, and that's the ABC affiliate. That's where I did when I worked for Z95. So I worked for both the CBS and the ABC affiliate, and at the time, radio and TV were in the same building. But none of these reporters have the balls that this guy does. And this guy does not put up with any of this guy's nonsense. Brandon Johnson, the mayor, and his arch nemesis is William who? William Johnson?
William J. Kelly.
William J. Kelly. And my next clip's 5 minutes long.
So tell me something. Was a deadly weekend, you said?
Yeah.
Well, like more than normal?
Yeah, well, it was Juneteenth and it was Father's Day.
Well, how many
had 40,
white people kill black people and how many black people kill black people?
It was all black on black.
Oh, wow.
And it was 40 shootings.
And we get the blame?
8 deaths. Well, slavery does.
I want to turn to another important part of this work. 2 years ago, I signed an executive order establishing a task force to shine a light on the harm that slavery and racist policies have caused.
Now, hold on.
Have caused.
Hold on. I don't care who's delivering this message. If you're going to put a task force to investigate something that happened 120 years ago. Now, we did have some very much racial tensions and problems in the 60s that were overcome by great people like John F. Kennedy and Lyndon Johnson. And
white guys.
And white guys, by the way. That really, really brought some social justice and some great laws of inclusion to our country, and we continue to grow. We've had our first black president. Like, and maybe being a white guy, I can't quite see it through the lens of a person that is of color. Maybe I can't. Maybe I just don't have the ability to look at it objectively. And I don't think, I'm going to put that in play. That's a possibility. I could be wrong here. But I think if you're an effective leader, you're not creating task forces to look at the problems that your city is experiencing and try to go back and double down on it's a slavery issue. Because I don't think that anything from 120 years ago is in play. I don't think anything from the 1870s is in play in modern day Chicago. I don't think you can blame anything that happened 120 years ago as to why Chicago is so violent, which, by the way, let's not forget, Chicago has some of the strictest gun laws in America. Chicago, you can't even legally own a gun in Chicago proper. In the city limits of Chicago, within Cook County, you cannot have a gun. Meanwhile, they are top 5 most deadly cities in America. So that's lack of policing. And the police want to go out and do their jobs. They want to bust the bad guys with guns, but they're told to stand down. Or there's some areas they're not even allowed to go in from this guy's policy. ICE is not allowed in their city. You let ICE run rampant in your city, getting all the undocumented illegal people out of there, you're instantaneously going to have a better city. These illegal immigrants that have been arrested and they go to sanctuary cities because they know that they don't get arrested and they can roll around being illegal. This is race baiting. This is absolutely race baiting.
Racist policies have caused.
Can you tell us those racist policies? Since you had a task force that dug into this, then you should have had some data on it, and you can tell us how slavery and racist policies affect the city of Chicago and the commerce and the safety. And what did your fancy little survey show you?
And continue to cause.
So they have a 2026 Chicago shot clock, by the way, and currently it's at every 4 hours and 50 minutes a person is shot. And a person is murdered every 20 hours and 3 minutes.
So one a day, because 24 hours is a day. So every 20 hours and however many minutes somebody dies.
Yes.
And every 4 hours somebody's shot.
Yes.
Really, the harm that they've caused to black Chicagoans, while more importantly identifying pathways towards repair, opportunity, and investment.
If I'm a Chicagoan, black or white, or any ethnicity for that matter, I'm a Chicagoan. I'm not a black Chicagoan. I'm a Chicagoan, just like I'm an American. And the problems that I have in my community, are Chicago problems. The city of Chicago experiences this. Now, there's affluent areas of Chicago that doesn't have these problems, but we're all in this together. And this guy has divided their city. I lived in Chicago when it was a great city. I lived there 2 times. It was a great city. You never had to worry about. I lived off McClurg Court, and we'd walk down to Dick's Last Resort, or we'd walk over to the McDonald's, or we'd walk down to Miracle Mile, or we'd walk to Rush Street. Like, you never had to worry. And there were blacks and whites, and there was everybody. You never had to worry about nothing. And there were police on about every other corner. Either a squad car parked on the corner or 2 cops, parked talking and just city policing.
Mayor Johnson.
Now this dude, by the way, Lummy's trying to get this guy on the air.
Yes.
And this is rather lengthy. So please sit through this with me. Because this is the only guy out of everybody, all the cameras and all 4 major networks and independent journalists from the newspaper and just various blogs and websites and digital platforms. That these are pretty well attended when this jackass calls them a conference.
And according to YouTube, Chicago's our number 3 market.
Yeah, you listen to this. Chicago is our Bubba the Love Sponge. It's our number 3 market. We got a lot of people in Chicago, hundreds of thousands of people in Chicago. that come to our various platforms. I live there. I love Chicago. I'm not a Bear fan. I'm a Packer, but I love the city. Love the Cubs. How about the White Sox?
Yeah.
White Sox started off like 0-15, and now they're in second place in the AL East. And probably going to make the playoffs. Man, the Rays are. What in the hell has happened to the Rays? They're,
bullpen.
Oh my God.
They gave up McClanahan, whatever his name is, gave up only 2 runs.
Oh, Jesus Christ. They're the worst.
Last week, I sat in this very...
By the way, before Juneteenth and before Father's Day this past weekend, which was one of the most brutal with regards to amount of people shot and amount of people killed, 8 or 9 people killed, 40 shot in Chicago over the weekend. And this guy right here, he predicted before the weekend, like when they had a press conference on Wednesday and Thursday, he asked Mayor Johnson, what are you doing to gear up for the Juneteenth weekend? Because historically, that has been a very, very, very violent weekend for Chicago. What are you doing? And he downplayed it and talked about white and black and slavery and what have you. And it ended up being one of the most deadly weekends they've had so far.
And I warned you that Juneteenth is historically one of the most violent days for whatever reason in the city of Chicago. You dismissed that. He
did. He dismissed it, made the guy look stupid. Remember, he had his handler step in and wouldn't let the guy answer any more questions. That's what Brandon
he made fun of his view counts,
right?
His username.
I asked you if Donald Trump, the President of the United States, if you would reach out to him for some kind of help or assistance. Again, you dismissed that. You said that you're the mayor, right? You said that Donald Trump was a massive failure or something to that effect. And now we have seen the results. 40 plus people shot, a dozen plus people murdered in the city.
Yeah, I think the death count now has gone from 8 to 12 because people that were shot and maybe on life support or maybe were touch and go, but now it's up to 12. 12 people.
Chicago on Juneteenth, the weekend with the Obama Library and all the other wonderful things happening. And the people of Chicago, the real people, are asking me if you are aware, if you're even paying attention, if you're the massive failure, perhaps you're the massive failure in this equation, and not the president, who, by the way, has reached out. The president of the United States has reached out again.
Well, thank you for your question.
Donald Trump has said he's willing to help. Will you, at long last, accept his support?
I appreciate you.
Well, if you could let me ask the question, I'd do more than.
You said
okay.
That real
will you accept his help now?
Well, you asked 2 questions.
No. And so what he does, when it starts getting a little sketch, he just starts over talking the guy.
His handler steps in.
Yeah.
Your first question was, just want to make sure that I'm repeating what you said.
Okay.
Your first question was centered around.
By the way, Gene, this guy, even though he's pulled back police can't be as aggressive as they need to be to maybe, try to forward shadow potentially the crime areas
in the city.
And so you know what he's done, but he has a $30 million 150 police officer detail for himself. He's got 150 cops and a $30 million budget for protection for him and his wife. But allows does not concentrate on the bad parts of Chicago by putting police presence down there. Listen, bad guys that got guns, when they see cops, Gene, you're kind of a bad guy. Yeah. When you see a cop, what do? You go the other way.
Exactly.
Because you don't even want that cop answering, asking
you.
You don't even want to have any interaction with him.
No.
For in fear of he's asking for your ID, then he's going to start trying to search your bike, then he's going to see where you're going and where you're coming from, and it's just all bad. So back when you put a large police presence into a bad area, properly trained police can make that area less bad. Bad guys don't like dealing with cops.
It's a very lousy attempt of what you're trying to conflate. But your first question was essentially around who takes responsibility, right? And then your second question is the help that's needed from the federal government. So I'll answer both of them.
Meanwhile, you didn't want any help from ICE. ICE is not allowed in Chicago. Period. That's the number one way you could fix some of this. And then I guess because he's
why Mexicans shooting people.
And then Trump said, okay, well, if you're not going to allow ICE to be able to come in and try to target where we think illegal immigrants are, then I'm not going to give you any federal funding. And that's the president, whoever the president of the United States, that's his prerogative.
And so, look, it's very clear that as it relates to community safety, that the president of the United States of America has done nothing to help secure safe communities across this country. He's done nothing to do that. In fact, if you look specifically at his so-called...
Well, I think the president of the United States really single-handedly pretty much wiped out crime in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think he's got a couple other huge success stories where he's gone into other cities and really helped the crime rate. But in cities he's not allowed to go into, Minneapolis, this place, Los Angeles, others... You can't put that on him. You put that on you. You're the head of the city. You're in charge of the police department. You're in charge of the fire department. You're in charge of public works. You're in charge of everything. You're a strong mayor.
Like agenda, he has not delivered on one promise. You can't say that you believe in creating safe communities and then literally undermine all of the efforts that create safer communities. That's why he's a failure. It's not just he's just a failure. He's a doty individual. Right, and so because of that, to answer your first question, the responsibility, of course, is...
You're the mayor of a big city. You're the mayor of the third or fourth largest city in America. You're the mayor of that city. You should not be blaming the president of the United States for your ineptness in running your city.
It's on all of us. Here's a responsibility that I continue to take. Driving a community safety plan.
By this way, this guy was a social studies teacher and the head of the teacher credit union.
Brandon Johnson?
Yes.
No.
He was a social studies teacher.
So he's a DMI guy?
I don't know what he is. It's DEI. DMI are the ones who makes rear ends for sprint cars.
Removes guns from the streets of Chicago. Driving a community safety plan that actually invests in the communities that this president refuses to invest in. Driving a community safety plan that ensures that our local police department has the tools that they need to ultimately hold people accountable is why we have seen positive trends. Now, of course, there's more work to be done. That work is not going to be accomplished through social media. The failure of this administration is that he is more interested in tweeting or posting evil and inhumane projections.
Again, man, it's a real stretch, regardless if you like who's in the White House or not. Let's say you don't like him. That's fine. But you need to look in your own backyard because that guy doesn't have nearly the effect on what happens in your own backyard more so than you. You are the highest ranking official in the city of Chicago. You call the shots. You control the police department. You control social services, and you've been a failure, an absolute failure. Don't blame the president. If Barack Obama was in there, would you be blaming him? Actually, Barack Obama's, main dude, whatever. He ended up being the mayor of Chicago, and he failed too. Amon Ramnell or something like that. That guy was horrible too. Actually, on his clock, they had the highest death rate ever, I think.
Was he black?
Yes.
Well, there's your problem.
Well, not necessarily, Jim.
Yeah,
well, look at both black guys, mayors, and they both suck.
Rahm Emanuel.
Yeah, 2011 and 2019.
Rahm Emanuel. If you look at him, I think 2016 might have had the highest death rate in the history of Chicago. So, did you blame Barack Obama for that? No, you didn't, because Barack Obama doesn't have anything to do with the safety of the people of Chicago. So stop making this a federal deal when indeed it's your own backyard city deal, Cook County deal.
Of people in our humanity, then he is actually willing to put money into the very communities that he ostensibly offers some degree of care for. But the fact of the matter is this: there's no administration in this city that has contributed more to keeping people safe.
Really?
Okay.
Okay. So we had 12 people die this weekend.
Yeah.
Is there more work to be done? Absolutely. Has this president undermined our work? He most certainly has.
I mean, he might be the only, to other Democratic mayors, to give them, to credit them. I don't know of any Democratic mayor that has necessarily made the issues that they're having in their particular backyard a federal presidential area a problem. I think this guy is the only guy that's going for that low-hanging fruit. And you might be, maybe the other television stations and the people of Chicago are believing this, but I think the great people of Chicago, for the most part, are blue-collar, hard-working people that deserve a better leader. And not a guy that fundamentally wants to absolutely blame everything on race and from his own lips, slavery. He attributes most of Chicago's problems to slavery, something that happened 120 plus years ago.
Again, this is an individual that
this guy just is such a piece of shiz. Like I don't hate a lot. Well, I do. I hate a lot of people, but this guy's at the top. This guy's at the top of I hate and don't really know list. I genuinely hate this guy.
Look at the look on the report. The William J. Kelly.
Yeah.
Just absolutely looks like he's
laser locked.
Yeah.
As he should. The people of Chicago, white, black, and different, just you hard-working, great people of Chicago, the Windy City, where you get your grit and where you get your drive, and how Chicago's wired of people that work their ass off and shouldn't be afraid to get killed when they walk down certain parts of Chicago, whether it's Cabrini Green or wherever. Hell, I used to roll up in Cabrini Green with the B-96 van and hand out Janet Jackson CDs, and it was about 95% black, and I was a white dude, and I had nothing to worry about. They were just happy to see the B-96 van.
We couldn't do that now, huh?
Yeah, you probably could.
No, the P-96 will probably get taken.
We're interested.
Yeah, they'd probably take my van. Go back to my boss, Buddy Scott. Hey, buddy. Yeah? I lost somebody. They took the van.
Removing voting rights protections. He's more interested in calling for investigations or reducing the ability to investigate civil rights violations, right? It's
like what? Like what, buddy? You're over here just grasping. You're a buffoon. You're an idiot.
Not just simply about...
You are absolutely the biggest race. You and Whoopi Goldberg are the two biggest race baiters we have in our country. And maybe that other girl I played. Joy Behart, whatever the hell that bitch.
Joy.
His abject failure. It's about his overwhelming interest in coordinating the upward trend.
Is this about the city of Chicago and the fact that we just had one of the deadliest weekends ever, or is this an anti-Donald Trump campaign? You're talking about a guy that cannot run again for his office of presidency, and you're talking about, that and his policies versus the fact that we just got out of the one of the most murderous, bloodiest weekends of our city's history. What are we talking about here? Is this an anti-Donald Trump speech, or is this, Chicago is really messed up?
Of wealth in today.
Well, because Chicago is so messed up, I can't really talk about that. So I got to make it about something else. Right?
Blame someone else.
Blame somebody else. Let's blame the highest, whitest guy there is. The most powerful white guy. Let's blame the most powerful white guy, because I fundamentally hate white people. This guy hates white people, and I'm tired of it.
Hands of the ultra-rich at the expense of everyday people. That's what he has failed to do. Because, that's what he has done. His failure, of course, is in defunding the very efforts that ultimately can keep people safe.
My follow-up question, my second question is simply this.
You've already
you
asked
campaigned
2
on
questions.
defunding. My second question is, you campaigned on defunding the police. You've called the police a sickness. You say that incarcerating violent repeat offenders is some kind of racism.
You can talk as long as you want. You've asked your 2 questions.
No,
already.
I asked one question that you interrupted.
Now you're going to get into a format violation that you can't ask a follow-up question and you only allowed 2?
Yeah.
Who are you? Who are you to not have to answer to the press of your city? This guy's a recognized, credentialed journalist, and he's got a follow-up question. Who are you? Who do you think you are?
You've asked two
Look,
questions.
I also have civil rights. I have freedom of speech.
Exactly. Tell them.
I have freedom of
Well,
the
you
press.
can just free yourself on out of here because
Well-
I'm not answering anything else.
Well,
from
the
you.
second
You've
question is
already
simply
asked
this.
two questions.
You have a
and your
security
time is done.
detail of
Here we go. Listen to this, Gene.
150. The United States, the city of Chicago is down 2,000 police officers under your administration, and yet you have 150 some police officers on your security detail. If Chicago's so safe, why not release some of those police officers back onto the streets where they can,
And by the way, great question inbounds.
Yep.
can help real Chicagoans?
You're done. Thank you. Jake. On the...
He said that he was escorted out. There were 4 police officers waiting for him to intimidate him. That the police officers that were working under Johnson's
and the
guards.
biggest race issue now, the biggest thing that's dividing us now, is this Carmelo Anthony thing. Nobody can, well, good people, and including African American journalists. There's these 3 guys, Lummy, that I watch on Twitter or Facebook, and they're 3 black dudes, and like the Hodge twins, and some of these people, some of these African American journalists and content providers and influencers, they get it.
Yeah,
And
like
they-
the
and-
Brandon Tatum guy that we
and-
watched yesterday.
And the Brandon Tatum, they score it fairly. They score it as this was 2 kids that got into a fight. Take the fact that one was white and one was black. One kid killed the other one. I saw one black guy who was like, man, we pride ourselves in the African American community for throwing hands, and like don't get that gun or knife out when a guy throw hands, and so he called Kamalo Anthony a pussy. He goes, you're a pussy because you brought a weapon to a hand fight. And so there are some influential influencers and content providers that do, African American ones, that score this thing fairly. But I can't put them on because they drop the N-word. I mean, they really hand it to this. I mean, they're
allowed to.
Well, I can't play that.
Oh.
Even if it's another black guy saying it, in maybe a fleeting type slip, I could play it. Because it is a black guy saying that word, but I can't play it when, I got these 3 dudes, and I love the dudes because they're no nonsense, but they really, really churn up the N-word, and I can't play it. But they're calling out the Whoopies, and they're calling out the Joy Beharts, and these people that are trying to make this all about the fact that there were no black jurors on this jury, and that this guy got, much like Charleston White yesterday, when, he's a huge African-American influencer. And even he's over it. He's over it. And they didn't play this correctly. And now it's end up being a thing where it's racially divided us. It really has.
Yeah.
It really, really, really has. And it's not healthy for us. It's bad. I got the Whoopi stuff coming up next. And then I guess yesterday, the Senate, which, by the way, the makeup of the Senate is 53 to 47 Republican. So here they are, +6. Republicans got a +6 on the Senate seat. And they voted, they had a majority vote that wants to take the powers of war away from the president. And that's not good, considering he's got a 6-person advantage. That means he's got, 6 to 8 people of his party that are voting to end this thing and take the powers of war away from him, which honest to God, I think is a pretty good representation of how America feels right now. We're over this. And you're dealing with people that just you can't deal with. They just are not rational. And maybe it's not Donald Trump's fault. Maybe he's telling us Americans what he thinks is really happening and what they're telling him. But there's some stinky lying bastards, and they might tell Donald Trump A, so he comes back to the American people. He thinks we got a deal. It's going to get done. And then they go on TV and say, this guy's a buffoon, and he's a liar, and he's an idiot, and we're never giving up our nuclear capabilities. We're never going to open up the Strait of Hormuz. And then it just makes our guy look stupid. Regardless of who our guy is, it happens to be Donald Trump, but regardless of who it is, You can't reason with these people. And America's over it, and we can see it. And they're making you look like a liar. And even though you're probably not trying to lie, you're lying.
So it looks like 4 Republicans flipped over. Two were absent, so that's the 6. And there was only one Democrat that sided with the majority of Republicans, and that was Fetterman. Fetterman voted against it.
We'll get into all that along with the whoopee stuff next.
If you love that segment, then check out BubbaArmyHQ.com and do a deep dive on past shows. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
Dragon? You dragging, buddy?
Huh?
You dragging ass?
No, I'm just a little tired because I stayed out in the shop till 12 o'clock. Didn't realize it was 12. You know, it don't get dark till 8.
If not later.
If not later. And then by that time, you know, you're calming down to get out of there, but then, you know, it lingers for another hour or two because you're having a good time. And then next thing you know, it's 12 by the time you take a shower or hit that bed. Boom. And then that stupid noise.
All right, where are we at thumbs up wise here for Gino?
Where are we at the thumbs up?
Let's look. Let's see. Refresh.
Did we get 1,000?
Oh, come on.
At 8:30?
No, it's not 8:30 yet.
Not 8:30 yet?
No, sir.
Oh, wow.
Click on this. Refresh.
Let's go with the thumbs up, man.
Thumbs up in cash. We got 758.
758. We can do it. And Gene's still rocking his casino alarm clock from 1994. You're damn right, it works good, bro. Are you stupid? I ain't got no new ones.
He's so fucking stupid.
The casino one?
The casino one?
Yeah.
Say it.
That's what he says right there, rocking his casino alarm. Or Casio.
Good morning, Bubba. You're so
fucking stupid.
Something.
You're so fucking stupid.
All right, hold on. What's up, Carl, Blazing Blue? What's up, Lady K?
Boom.
Trey Kenny and Powers. Trey Gene.
What's that? What are you doing?
Trying to stretch her back out.
Oh, trying to stretch your back out. Oh, you're looking weird there.
I know.
Right? I know, like, you're trying to look under the microphone there.
Well, I'm trying to reach out, but then also stretch the back out.
Oh.
I'll try Iggy.
There you go, Gene. Hump Day, Heather. Say it, Gene. What the fuck does that mean?
What do you say about Hump Day or some shit?
It says, there you go, Gene. Hump Day, heathens. Oh. Hump Day, heathens.
I mean, is Dustin Poirier, is he a UFC guy?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Water in a mouth.
It's not a good thing to want to fight the cops in the airport. I think you're going to lose that one.
Well, yeah, and I think that you're probably going to lose your deal.
Yeah.
Brand new for 2026, introducing the Get a Box V6.
Gabby, I just love your new box.
My V6 box is sleek, powerful, and handles everything I throw at it.
But is it easy to use?
Voice control, premium performance, crystal clear surround sound. My box does it all. It has all of the programming that Get a Box is famous for. The box now connects to my home theater system, TV, sound bar, or even an external speaker.
But can I afford a box this impressive?
With promo code BUBBA, you save $25.
That's right. Use discount code BUBBA for $25 off the new V6 box. GetAbox.com, promo code BUBBA.
Listen up, freak shows! He's back. Living proof that a man can live without a brain. Back to Bubba!
Much love and thank you to Andrew from the Over the Line podcast that we host, that we post. He found a little technical glitch. Macho Man's mic's up that Macho didn't overlook, just didn't. Macho's so busy right now with getting everything still buttoned up and secure and moved and everything like that. And there was the Andrew from Over the Line actually got a hold of Macho Man and kind of gave him a little heads up on something that he noticed technically. And he was dead on, and Macho was like, "Man, I'm so thankful for him. I don't know if I necessarily
like lighting or
I don't know what it
was.
It was some type of technical issue."
Well, I can't monitor the live output, the stream output, the user's end. I can only monitor what we're doing live in the studio. So some of these, it was a delay glitch, a delay setting that was off by 0.2 seconds, and he caught that. The average person wouldn't even notice it, but he caught that.
Thank you, Andrew, from Over the Line, and Macho, running around. Macho has another job, too. He's a radio engineer for Genesis. So, I mean, Macho's got like 6 jobs, along with trying to keep a body like that, along with trying to keep my fat ass happy.
That's got to be a couple hour job day.
Yeah, Macho, let me ask you a question. If you just talk about food prep and working out and cardio and everything that you do to be able to maintain...
How much of your life you wasted?
To be able to maintain your vascularity, your strength, your size... Is it 2 hours, 3 hours a day?
Yeah, about 2 to 3 hours a day on average.
Just to be able to maintain that.
Depending on cardio.
I think
days.
I'm just going to stay fat.
I put that much in on motors on the side to make money, though.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to pay my motors. Be like the next motor builder, Gene Lasker Motors. How about it? Hello, you're on the air. Quickly. Keyword quickly.
I need Gene Lasker to paint some calipers. Does he do that?
Nope.
Still powder coat them?
Nope. He will not.
Right.
I mean, not trying to be a dick or nothing, but he's got such large scale, electrical boxes. Yeah, he really. And I'm not trying to be. And Gene, am I right?
No, you're good.
I want to make sure that I was right with Gene. Like Gene, you probably
pretty much. So you really got to. I got to know you to do little stuff because little stuff costs me money.
Yeah. So
understood.
All right, bud. Hey, please don't be mad at us. I mean, Gene, I was right in my answer, was I not?
Yeah, well, I would just send him right down there to Brian at CCNC, and he'd give him a good deal and knock it right out for him.
I mean, Gene's got my
oven's too big.
500 Tico electric boxes he's doing.
I got 600 poles to do in the next week.
Jesus, 600
poles.
How many poles can you get in the oven at one shot?
$4,000 a day.
No, I'm saying how many
poles do I get in there?
How How many polls can you get done in one day? 80?
40.
40.
Yeah.
You can get 40 done in a day.
Yeah, they're 24 foot long, and they're 8 by 8.
How long's your
35 foot.
Oh, so you can put.
I stagger them. I got the first rack goes in there. The poles are on the outside. Then the second rack, the poles are on the inside, so they go inside each other inside the oven. I'm pretty cool at it.
Lasser's a working man.
Yes, he is.
I'm pretty cool at it.
Yeah.
Here you go, man. Might be my. I think she might be number one just because she's been spreading her racism and her hate for so much longer than Brandon Johnson.
For her whole life.
And thank God, I think Brandon Johnson's days are about numbered when he gets unseated. I don't even know. He hasn't even said if he's going to run again. He shouldn't because he's just so horrible.
The case has a lot of people divided. Some people believe that race was a factor in the trial because there were no black jurors. They were all the 3 black jurors that were there were educators, and they were released.
They were struck.
They were struck for that. And some folks think, no, he got a fair trial. But is this a jury of his peers?
I don't think so. And you know, this has been an issue for such a long time in the judicial system where prosecutors use what are called, Batson challenges. And
preemptive strikes. And each side gets the same amount. And these people were struck because they were educators and they didn't want somebody that worked for the school system. There happened to be some white educators that were struck too. Nobody is talking about that.
They
explain what that is.
It's a challenge that is used.
It's called voir dire. It's the aspect of picking or sitting a jury, and each side's given the same amount of strikes, and you can strike a person based on the questionnaire they filled out.
Did he have a good lawyer?
Did he have a good lawyer?
Yeah.
He could have had a better one had they used the money they raised to buy a lawyer instead of getting a public defender.
No, they didn't get a public. So that's false rumors.
Okay.
Just to clarify.
No,
they did pay. They paid a guy.
Okay,
they paid a guy. So that guy sucked, and that's the problem here.
I mean, yeah.
But they could have.
He didn't pick the juror that was going to be on his side.
Listen, here's the deal. You're right. Your attorney that you hired is the one that sat the jury. And they did, when the jury was finally finalized, they did bring an appeal to the judge saying we don't have any black people on the jury, and the judge struck it. He didn't think that was an appealable issue. And the appeal court agreed with them.
By the way, when did Indian people become white people?
What do you mean?
Well, there's Indian people and Asian people on the jury, and somehow they're white.
They're white people.
Yes.
Well, because it fits their story.
Because I believe, whatever.
It fits their story. Hold on.
That is used to.
By the way, there were 21 people that were witnesses, 6 of which were black. So black people were witnesses. Black people told the jury in the court, in the judicial system, what they saw. What they saw was an African-American kid named Carmelo Anthony, upon being pushed by another kid, brought out a knife and stabbed him right in the heart and killed him immediately. That's what all 21 people testified. Now, I did see an African-American influencer ask, there's this one guy who was going crazy. He kind of had the same position of what Whoopi Goldberg does and says, let me ask you a question. If this was a black kid that killed a black kid with an all-black jury, would you say that the kid that killed the other kid was innocent? And he's like, well, no. Well, what's the difference? Before we start scoring this white or black, why don't we score it as 2 teenage boys that are in high school that should have ended up in a fist fight, and one killed the other one. A human being killed another human being. And 21 people testified, 6 of which were African American. And Carmelo Anthony's parents should have taken the plea deal, because you're never going to find anybody to say that he didn't do it. Like, that's not even in play, or anybody's even arguing the fact that fundamentally he did it. Like, that wasn't even Carmelo Anthony's defense and his defense of his attorney and his defense. There was never, well, he just didn't do it. No, he did. He did it. Like everybody, no matter what your ethnicity is, everybody agrees that he did it. Okay, he did it. Now, why he did it, that's where you start going down different paths. Why he did it? Well, because he was pushed. Well, argument to that is there's all types of state and federal statutes that says you got to meet equal force with equal force. Just because a guy pushes you, unless you're literally, like the size of Walker against a guy that's size of Ty J, you don't have to be in fear. I mean, you're not in fear of your life. Now, if the guy's got a gun, the guy's got a knife, the guy's got some type of instrument where a shovel, a rake, something that could really hurt you, well, then, yeah, you can you can stab him. You're bringing, a guy. But if a guy's just got hands and you don't have a size disparagement, Walker versus Ty J, you can't stab him. That doesn't matter what color you are. And would we be having this argument if the guy that died was the black guy and the stabber was the white guy? Would we be having this conversation? Would Whoopi Goldberg get on there and say the white guy didn't get a fair trial because there was 3 black people on the jury?
By the way, $20.
No, nobody would. No matter what equation you make this, whether the Carmelo Anthony is white or black, whether Austin Metcalf is white or black, whether it's an all-black jury, whether it's an all-white jury, whether it's a mixed jury, whether there were no African Americans and the 3 African Americans they had were struck, regardless of how you score this, you fundamentally have somebody killing somebody. And the somebody who killed the other buddy, one had a deadly weapon and one did not. The one that died did not. The one that killed did. Take race, take all of this right on out of it. And we had a guy on yesterday, remember, Lummy, that said, "Hey, listen, it was the Charleston white guy, and what was the guy, Brandon Tatum. He's like, had Carmelo Anthony's father and family played this differently, and that is if you start step by step by genuinely being sorry, Metcalfs, that you lost your son. We're getting ready to lose ours as well, as he will be incarcerated for the majority of his adult life. This is a tragedy. We are sorry. We go to the memorial. We go to the funeral. We're there lockstep with the father. And we're like, listen, we're not going to make excuses for our kid. We are sorry. We are so sorry. No. Instead, they played the race card. And that ain't going to work in Texas. It ain't going to work most places. It's just not going to work because it's not in play. Race didn't have anything to do with anything. And if you flip-flop applesauce this, it's even more outrageous. Nobody would come to a white guy's defense if he killed a black guy. If the black guy threw hands and the white guy had a knife, a 3-inch knife that he's jabbed right in the guy's heart, that we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
Well, let me ask you, if the jury was the makeup that it is, even for a white person, would you feel that you had an all-white jury if you're looking at it and there's 2 Asians, 3 Indians, 2 Hispanics, a Middle Eastern woman wearing a hijab, and 2 other white people?
Wearing her hijab? What is that?
That's the headdress that they wear.
Would you think, oh, I got an all-white jury, I'm good to go, Bubba? Or would you look at that and go, well, I got a diverse...
I would look at that and say, you know what, I'm whatever side of the law I'm on, meaning if I'm the bad guy and I stabbed a person, regardless of the jury makeup, I did it. I probably should take this 5 to 15 they're offering me, which probably scores out to 8 or 9. Or, he knew what the downside of losing was going to be. His attorney said to him, hey, listen, you're facing 17 to 35 if you lose, and the state's offering you 5 to 15. Now, fundamentally, you did it. Like, you did it. Like, regardless of what your ethnicity is, we all know you did it. There's footage of you doing it. The body cam footage got released yesterday of you doing it with your little crocodile tears while they were arresting you and all the nonsense. You did it, bud. Like, you did it. Let's take the 5 to 15 and get you out in 9. Right?
Yeah.
That is used to strike a juror generally a juror of color for a
No. Preemptive strikes used from the prosecution and the defense are not described in the legal world for genuinely or usually used or to be used against people of color. It's to be used as to remove a person that you feel cannot be intellectually and objectively honest and wade through the noise and get to the root of the issue.
Or you can't suck her.
And so I hate when she says that are usually used for people of color. No. Did you know I've been on trial 4 times. I've been on 4 different voir dire / jury selections. And we never struck anybody of color. In fact, I wanted black people on my juror as my jurors and on my jury. You know why? Because black people know when somebody's getting railroaded. Black people know when somebody's been ostracized as the bad guy. I couldn't get the more black people, the better for me.
Why do you know that?
Because the struggles.
Well, they didn't struggle.
No, African Americans have had more of
in
a
the
struggle.
last 20 years.
African Americans.
No more than any of us have.
Listen, African Americans that sit on a trial, Gene, know how their grandma and grandpa grew up, knew the struggles of the 50s and 60s. That struggle's real. That did happen. They do not like when somebody gets screwed with, and all of my trials are people that were screwing with me, people that had hurtphilioma. You got a black guy on the jury, and they're like, man, MJ, a multimillionaire, is mad because Bubba called him a few names. Hell no. You know how many names I've been called in my... I wanted black people on my trial. I wanted them.
Really a juror of color.
No. Preemptive strikes during voir dire has nothing to do with ethnicity.
Juror, generally a juror of color for a race-neutral reason.
Right.
Because you're supposed to have a jury of your peers, and you're not supposed to just strike someone because they're black.
They got struck because they were educators.
And
I'm
what
sorry.
What was that difference? Why did they want them to be educators?
Well,
for the school.
All educators got struck because they were like if you were an educator from the high school that Carmelo Anthony was, you might, just because you always are supportive of your high school.
Make them innocent?
Well, no, but you're more likely to support a kid from your school than from the opposite school. So they threw all educators out, Gene. Like it didn't matter where you were you're out.
Yeah.
So because they can't objectively be necessarily, they may want to root for that guy that goes to their school, even though he did a bad thing. Or they may not want to root for the guy that's their competition. That just, that's just the way it is. When I grew up a Warsaw Tiger. We hated people from Wawasee. Teachers didn't like the Wawasee Warriors. They were our arch nemesis, or the Plymouth Rockies, or the Tippecanoe Valley Vikings. That's fundamentally where you start liking teams, is when you are growing up, your favorite team is your high school team. That's where you start building your brand loyalty with regards to athletics. U.S. Senate votes to halt the Iranian war in the latest rebuke of Trump. Don't forget that the Senate has a 53 to 47 Republican majority. Lummi said that there were 2 people or 3 people that were absent.
2 of them were absent.
And then Fetterman flipped for the Republicans. And then how many Republicans flipped? 4?
4.
4.
Yes.
That's not good. Now, has the Congress have they already voted on this?
No.
Or does this go to Congress now?
I believe it goes to Congress.
But here's the thing of Congress. You ready? They got a 218 to 216. I think it's neck and neck, the congressional makeup. And so if you got this many people flipping in the Senate, and you get that type of defection in the Congress, what happens then? Do they take his ability to be the commander-in-chief away? Or is that the fact that you're the commander-in-chief and you don't necessarily need their approval? And I think there's a subsect that he can be in charge of war and make all the calls and what have you under a particular provision that allows the president to step in regardless of what the Senate or Congress does. I forget what it's called. Maybe you can look it up. But I think like this is kind of just formatics at this point, whereas I think he can enact this certain provision being the commander in chief, and it doesn't really matter what they say. Will you look that up for me?
Yeah, I was just looking up an update too. So yeah, give me a second.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to words, and then you get me what I need. Okay.
No problem.
All right.
He's not part of the solution. He's part of the problem. It's Bubba the Love Sponge.
Money Merchant. War Powers Act. That's what you want. Thank you. Thank you, Rarest, Iowa. Video form.
All right, did you send me anything?
About to send you a video now. It's called the War Powers Act of 1773 or of 1973. They're just trying to get you a video, a short one. I sent you a video.
Okay. Is that everything I need? Just right here?
Yeah, it explains what it is, and I'll send you like for words so you can.
Yeah, but if this lays it out, I don't need it, do I?
It should lay it out. Those thumbs up for 8:30.
Where we at? Later, G.
Let's see, hit refresh.
Looks like a lot of people throwing them up on the board here.
Attention, people lovers. A big fat blip on corporate's radar screen. This is the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Lasker needs about 100 and
I know the Chattanooga was
16
today.
About 116 if he was going to hit his G ball by a 8:30 on the thumbs up gimmick on our YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com and then / the Bubba Army. Pretty much all platforms, whether it's X, whether it's Insta, Rumble, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. Uniformly, we're pretty much at the Bubba Army across the board. TikTok, that's the only thing we don't line up with, and that's what the _Bubba _Army.
Yes.
Everything else is at the Bubba Army. So give us thumbs up, start a comment. It all helps with the algorithms, and comes up. That helps with the people, our page getting recommended.
Recommendos
for people that are on the platform. Lummy sent me what I was trying to stupidly navigate through, the War of Power resolution of 1973.
Why do we want to know about that?
Well, because here's the deal, Gene. Because if the Senate, which I should probably play this story, and I don't know that the Congress has had a vote.
So it looks like Congress did, and they passed it.
So this could be real.
Yes.
Meaning like Congress passed it, meaning to take his ability to navigate through this war away. Then the Senate passed it. So now what happens now? It's my understanding that that's all you need. Now, does it go to him to have to sign, and he'll obviously veto it? Like, I don't know, like what is the what's the protocol now?
It looks like he can veto it.
So what is the nothing? We're paying these guys to play games.
Oh yeah, well, Gene, that's the way it always is. So here's the story.
The Senate passed a war powers resolution on Tuesday directing President Donald Trump to halt U.S. military action against Iran. It's the latest rebuke of the Republican president from an increasingly restive Congress. The Senate
And what this really aligns with kind of our position, and that is, man, I want this guy to get a W, and I want this to be over, and I want this to be resolved, and I want to go back to not being involved in a war. I want gas prices to go down. The futures of petroleum and crude oil and Brent, or the Brent crude. Like right now, oil might dip below 70 today. It's $71 right now. It certainly is not decreasing at the gas pump right now at the rate that it's declining on the futures market. At one time it was 115. On April 6th, it was like 112.68, 115. Let me see. It was I think it was like it was 117.57 at one time, and now it's $70. So I want all this to be done. I want all this to be over. I want Donald Trump to be able to concentrate on other things domestically and getting the prices of durable goods and groceries and stuff like that down. And I don't think there's any way to salvage. We're so pregnant and so involved in this thing now that I think we have to, in the expression, poop or get off the pot. I think we need to, I think we're there because we're dealing, in my opinion, with just people that you cannot rationalize with these people. They're known liars. First of all, they're fundamentally liars. Secondly, they're fundamentally bad people. They're just not the same as we are.
So we walk off and quit?
No.
So we smoke everybody and all the babies and the women get killed too, and then he's then he's a war crimer.
Maybe. Let me and your Gene Lasker type view of the world and world events and potentially what this president should do. Before I give my opinion, knowing all of what I just said, we need to be done with this, because when we get done with this, if indeed we come up with an agreement that we think they're going to stick with, it makes the Middle East a far more stable, less terroristic place. It will open up the Strait of Hormuz, where large volumes of the world's oil goes through, and we're out of there. What would Gene Lasker do? Because you gave the two scenarios that are exactly what he's facing. Pull out.
The first thing I do is go get me 20 of the worst terrorist Iranian guys they got. I capture them, I bring them, and I throw them into the Senate right there, into Congress right there, and say, hey, y'all fight this out. See how you like it. And when they kill all my guys, then I know I get some brand new ones, be better. And then I just smoke that whole part of the country.
I can't even let you continue on, because it's you can't you're not even giving.
We got to clean up our own state too.
You can't throw 20 Iranian terrorists.
So they're going to take your president and tell him he ain't got no power to fight
in the middle of Congress and let him kill Congress and kill the Senate.
Well, we can't fire them because they're there for life.
And you start new ones. So again, I thought maybe, just maybe, you would give me something that was actually rational and able to do.
The world's past rational.
Well,
think about it. What can we do rational that would work? There's nothing left.
You had listen. You had both intangibles that can be done. You needed to pick one and then tell me how you're going to do that in a way that we can do it. You can't throw.
Just walk away. Just stop now. Just stop. Get out of there.
Okay, that's an option.
Let them kill each other over there. Leave them alone.
But does that make Trump look weak?
No, it makes him look like, we're tired of spending money on him.
Did he knee jerk? Didn't have
Y'all
the
don't
data.
want me to kill babies, then we're going to stop. One of the two.
Did he knee jerk and go in without the proper intel and not knowing how resilient these people are? And so now people, and he's a lame duck. He can't be hired again. He's done. This is his second term. And so will his legacy be a guy that went in with not the right intel? We half-assed the job. We were not able to stop them from making nuclear weapons, and the Strait of Hormuz is now controlled by them.
So what this looks like, I just did a little more deeper look into it. It actually technically, because since we're on a 60-day ceasefire, and they were already kind of pulling troops out a little bit, and they were in negotiation.
You're talking about this story right here?
Well, yeah, I'm just saying the whole, this vote, what the point of the vote was. The only way that anything can happen, and that is if the ceasefire just all of a sudden ends, and Iran goes back to being dicks. That's it. There's nothing. There's
no reason to be there from
it literally
the first
does
place.
nothing.
Yeah, this does nothing.
We can still negotiate.
And again, I feel like most Americans, regardless if you're Republican or Democrat, are just stuck. We're stuck. We're stuck because we're so far into this that we have to have some type of resolution. We just can't pull out because we've wasted billions and billions of dollars. And if we just pull out, then they win at the end of the day, and that means they're going to be able to have nuclear weapons.
But what did they win if we pull out? What did they win?
We didn't hold them responsible.
They got a nuclear bomb. They can't make it to America anyway, so who cares?
But they can make it to a lot of places in the Middle East where we take care of.
Sorry about your luck. You all fight that
passed
fight.
a war powers resolution on Tuesday directing President Donald Trump to halt U.S. military action against Iran. It's the latest rebuke of the Republican president from an increasingly restive Congress. The Senate voted.
And Congress represents America. I think they got it right here. I think they got it right. They want this to be over.
But technically, so all Trump can do is he can't go bomb them anymore, even though there's a ceasefire.
That takes a little bit of what they're scared of out of the equation. So this is wrong.
Well,
the way we're playing, the only way we're going to get anywhere with these people is they are afraid that we got this wild man as our leader, and he could bomb the absolute crap out of them. Them knowing that we have a guy that's that volatile could potentially be the only thing they're scared of.
Well, the thing is that with this act, though, what it does do is that we're allowed to keep our ships there as long as we're protecting our allies. So if Iran messes with our allies, then
we told our ships to be there all the way clear through August now.
All right, hold on.
50 to 48 in favor of the resolution, which passed the House of Representatives earlier this month. It was the first time both chambers of Congress had passed a resolution directing a president to remove U.S. armed forces from hostilities.
And again, the Republicans have the majority in both the Senate and the House. And as they are representing their constituents in various parts of America, they're hearing back from their Republican constituents, 53 senators and 218 congressmen that are Republican, giving them both the majority. They're hearing back from the people that they represent that people are over this war. We're over it. We're over it. We don't know what the resolution is. We don't know what the answer is. We know that these are a bunch of nut jobs that lie, and we're over it.
That's pretty bad when the two senators, though, they didn't show up, which would have pushed it to a vote.
This is a very important situation.
Yeah.
And who are the two senators?
Mitch McConnell,
he's a piece of shit.
Well, he's dead, pretty much. He's old. And Senator Dave McCormick.
Both Republicans.
Yes, Kentucky and Pennsylvania.
As spelled out in the War Powers Resolution of 1973, more commonly known as the War Powers Act. Tuesday's rebuke reflected growing concern even among some of Trump's Republicans about the unpopular conflict that began on February 28th. The Senate vote was nearly along party lines, with 4 Republicans joining all but 1 Democrat in favor. 2 Republican senators did not vote. The leader of the Senate Democrats, Chuck Schumer, was one of the supporters of the
I'm over this dude, too.
measure.
Madam President, for years, Trump promised to put maximum pressure on Iran, but he ended up delivering maximum confusion, maximum chaos, maximum cost to the American people with his disastrous war. Every second this war continues, the costs to the American people go up.
While likely to remain largely symbolic, the votes were a clear setback for Trump, who until recently enjoyed nearly full support from Republican members of Congress. Trump's Republicans hold slim majorities in both the Senate and House. The measure does not get sent to the White House for Trump's signature. However, the White House has insisted the legislation is not constitutional and thus not...
So here's the thing. I'm just saying, and you guys have to agree, he's losing support from his party. From his very party, he's losing support, and it's not necessarily support more than it's frustration. It's like you've got to come. We're so pregnant with this baby, we can't abort it. We got to have it, and we've got to do something. We can't sit here and think that they're telling us the truth because they're a bunch of stinky, lying mother effers. And they could tell Trump something on Monday, and then on Tuesday they got one of the leaders, the president, the head of the IRG, the supreme leader. And how many times have we seen, guys, that he's like, they get on there like, that's not what we said. We're doing the president does not understand. We are like, every time they have some type of agreement, they counteract it the next day and then basically makes our president look like a liar. Here he is, Lummy, the act of the resolution, the War Powers Resolution, better known as the War Powers Act of 1973.
The War Powers Resolution, also known as the War Powers Act, was considered as a way to prevent future...
I don't know if Lasker's going to hit that G-ball by 8:30. He's damn close. He's at 966 now. That put him at about 34 in the next 2 minutes. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App at The Bubba Army. More importantly, on our YouTube channel at The Bubba Army. Give us a thumbs up if you're watching the program as we speak. Gene Lask. Hi, it's Lasker. I got 2 minutes. I need 36. How about it?
Vietnams. The law was passed by the U.S. Congress in 1973, when Richard Nixon was president and U.S. troops had been involved in fighting in Vietnam for nearly 18 years.
While our finest young men are fighting halfway across the world, other young men and women, safe at home, openly advocate abandonment of Vietnam to communism.
Essentially, the measure sought to limit the president's ability to involve U.S. military forces in overseas battles without the approval of Congress. The law requires the executive branch to report to Congress first, but that hasn't always happened. Congressmen have said in the past that they were left in the dark about some military actions.
All right, I've heard enough and seen enough. I'm done with this particular topic. I don't know what the answer is. I just know that Trump needs to take a long, hard look at the very people that support him, that are in his party, that are going back and talking to people they represent in various parts of our country, and the people in various parts of our country, blue or red, are the one thing that we agree on, that this has gone on long enough.
$200 billion worth.
And we're dealing with some people that you cannot rationalize with. You cannot. They're fundamentally bad people. They are wired different than us. They worship a far different. Their set of beliefs religiously is far different than ours for the most part. They are violent people. They're liars. And they have never really been held accountable outside of Ronald Reagan.
Well, it looks like it says that Trump's going to go talk to some people of the Senate. It looks like they could also redo another vote,
but it doesn't matter. This vote doesn't matter. He doesn't need to have any. He's got what he needs to make this thing over. He does. He doesn't need any more troops over there anymore. He doesn't. He's got everything, and he's got everything in place that he needs. We have more firepower, more air power, more drone power, more capability. We could literally end this today at noon if we wanted to. If we bombed the right places, like we know where we bunker busted these uranium, nuclear facility. We bunker busted them a year ago.
Yeah,
we know where they're at. Why don't we just rebomb them in that area? We're not killing babies. We're not killing women. We're just absolutely destroying where you keep all your uranium-enriched nuclear capability. We absolutely are going to make that a parking lot. We kind of did it the first time a year or so ago, but we're really going to do it this time. We're going to multiply what we did by 4, and so that there is no fine. You know what? After we take that out, now we can start negotiating, because it's going to take 15 or 20 years for you to rebuild what we just took out. And they can't move that stuff overnight. So we could tell them, listen, make sure all of your important people are out of that area, because tomorrow at noon, it's going to be a mother effing parking lot. So if there's any children, or there's any women, there's any high-ranking officials, anybody that you don't want obliterated and turned into dust, get them out of there, because we're giving you notice. Tunnels. And instead, what they'll do is they'll bring all their kids, and they'll bring all their wives, and they'll bring all the women, and they'll put them all around there. Yep. And they'll be like, you know what we do? We bomb them. We're like, that's on you. Because we told you what time we're going to be there, and instead of being responsible and pulling everybody out of there so that only the bomb-enriched area got, that was the casualties, you decided to put your most sacred and valuable people, your kids and your women and your leaders, because they think if we saw all of them, huddled up around there, we're not going to bomb. Well, that's on them. That's on them. Hello, go ahead.
Hey, Bubba, how you doing this morning?
Good, bud.
Hey, I got a question for you. I've been trying to contact Erica on email. Is there any way you can just transfer me to her phone?
No, she would never. If you take, I'm sorry. If I get your number, if Lummy gets your number, then I can give it to her. I can give it to her. Do you have a merchandising issue?
Yeah. I called the other day about it. I've been trying to send.
Are you the one? Are you the one that has like a broken cap on your clone or something like that?
Yeah.
I thought she's already handled that.
Well, why'd you drop it?
Well, okay. No, it was like that out of the package.
Gene, stop.
I tried to send an email, but I sent it to the wrong email address.
Didn't she?
show@bubaarmy.com. I didn't know if she received it or not.
Didn't she already address this and send you a new one?
No, I haven't got anything in the mail. That was only like less than a week ago. I thought
he sent it to the wrong email.
She could just ship it. I figured she could just ship it with the slides. I'm not in no hurry for it or nothing.
Let me just get your information.
Okay.
Thank you.
We hit 1,000, by the way, at 8:31.
Say it.
Thank you, Chattamungos. The Lasker Chattamungos. The Lasker Mania. Hello, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, my question is, if the Iranians are so bad, then why are all the NATO countries not touching this with a 100-foot pole? Why is it? Let me ask the other question. Why is it the responsibility of the United States to be the babysitter of the Middle East?
Two great questions. Well, hold on. Let me take those two questions. Two great questions. Like two really good questions. One, I think NATO is a bunch of piece of shiz, and I think that we should have more people that have our back now that we're this far into it, and what our motive is beneficial for world peace and especially stabilization of that region, and more importantly, opening up the Strait of Hormuz, where a large portion of everybody's oil travels through. So we have great intentions. We do. We have great intentions. Now, are we ever going to be able to obtain those intentions without really, really, really hurting these people? I don't know. It would help us if we had NATO. I think NATO's a bunch of pussies. They want to stick their head in the sand, and in principle, their concept is good. But we're the largest. We're the NWO. We're the big guys in NATO, and it is disheartening that we don't have their support. And the second thing is, unfortunately, we've postured ourselves that we have to be the world's watchdog, and I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't necessarily agree that we should have even gotten involved in this. I think Israel got us involved in this more so than people think, more so than people want to talk about. And Israel here, and I don't want to say they're the bad guy in the woodpile, but Israel has been just as disingenuous with heeding to ceasefires, and that's part of the problem why we can't negotiate with these nut jobs, is because Israel goes rogue when we have a ceasefire and they start, fighting with Hezbollah. And so I feel your pain. I ask the same question, sir, and it's way above my intellect. It's way below. It's way away. I can't answer your questions, but I'm with you. I have the same questions.
Yeah. One final point is, I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm just speaking for myself, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that agree with this, is we're tired of being lied to. Just stop. If it's about oil, then tell everybody it's about oil. This doesn't have to go just against the current administration. This has gone on for decades.
Well, here's the thing.
Government is so corrupt, and all they want to do is just continue to lie and deny and lie.
Well, and we're dealing with people that lie and deny and lie. So it makes for a perfect storm of just ineptness as to what's really happening. We don't know. We don't necessarily know what's really happening.
I think they've come out and said on this one, this is pretty much is about oil, because if the Iranians control the Strait, as you see, the gas prices go up. So it is about oil.
What does the Strait got to do with our oil?
It doesn't.
It just
has nothing to do with
how the hell is it?
Because it's the way that OPEC does it. It's called, if it's expensive in China, then they're going to sell it to, the highest price.
So we're going to charge OPEC for some of this $200 billion that we're spending?
of course not. Hello, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Good morning. It's AJ from Tennessee. How are you?
Hi, AJ. I love your phone quality. It's great. Thank you.
Oh, fantastic. Well, two things. First of all, Bubba, you're 1,000% right about what's going on in overseas. This is you can call it a religious war that's been going on for centuries. And we're just now, getting involved for for great reason. That's part one. But I do have another separate subject that I wanted to bring up, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
So my favorite thing that you've been doing lately are those body cam videos. And I think, first of all, funny. You're hilarious, but you're spot on with them. And you call the balls and strikes. I honestly, it's one of my favorite segments that I find that you do. And I personally do have some that I could submit over to Lummy. But,
absolutely. If anybody's got one. Now, I don't like the real long ones. I like them to be like 20 minutes, maybe even less. But, yeah, if you got good ones, we absolutely would, send them to us. Send them to, Lummy, where do they send them? Show at the Bubba Army what is it, Lummy?
Show at BubbaArmyHQ.com.
Yeah, show at BubbaArmyHQ.com. If you got a couple good ones, bud, we certainly appreciate it.
Yeah,
I got to do one tomorrow, I think.
And one just got dropped yesterday, so it will be available today at 10.
Yeah.
30.
So thank you for that. And then finally, but before I got to go to words.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for, of the great shows that you guys are doing. I mean, I love it. I love Lasker on a lot. I mean, come on. How about it? And just, that's right. And listen, I just want to say thank you for all the great entertainment, and I keep doing everything I can to support y'all.
Thank you, AJ. We appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much out of Texas. Last phone call, then words. Gus and Justin Nunley at 9:15 for a quick one, just to promote the Missing Parts ride that's happening this Saturday in Fort Walton Beach at Emerald Coast Harley. Hello, go ahead.
Hey, Bob, I called earlier about the Skyway.
Yeah, your phone was horrible.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was driving up to Pasco County. Hey, and to answer about why the U.S. is even involved in Iran and the oil in the Middle East is OPEC is run by the U.S. dollar. The U.S. dollar keeps its value by us maintaining OPEC and the oil currency throughout the world operating under the U.S. dollar. So that's why we have to do it.
I know, but there comes a point where we need to reassess what's going on. This can't be the next. We just got to get out of there. We really do. It's separate. There's there you go. There's your phone again.
He jumped again.
I think you got maybe that Cricket Wireless or something, sir. When I return, there's this guy, African American dad,
guilty,
and that is so not cool. You need to stop with it. You absolutely need to stop with it. I can run these all day, but it comes a point where you don't even know what I'm saying.
I know.
No, you don't even know what I'm saying. No.
The views and opinions made by Gene Lasker are not necessarily those of our advertisers or this radio station.
And so just to show you how much of an asshole you are, and I'm really mad at you, for real, I'm mad at you, because you can't say those things, because you don't know what it's about. So you can't say that.
Whoopi does.
No, she doesn't.
She says we're guilty all the time. If we're white, we're guilty.
Yeah, well, society is a way different double standard, and you're going to get us canceled.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm reading
hold
this
on.
headline, Gene. It might be.
Yeah. Father stands before the man who took his 5-year-old son's life. So before you just knee-jerk with your racist nonsense, you should maybe let me finish my setup before you just ignorantly want to paint a black...
Go ahead. I can take it back later.
No, you can't take it back, Gene. When you flip it out like that, you can't take it back. It shows your ignorance.
David Hernandez, $20.
Really, Gene? This could be a problem for us if you don't stop. African-American man, guilty. No, Gene, he's not guilty. You know what? He lost his 5-year-old. And he addresses the man that killed him. And he's not an African-American dad. He's a dad. And you can't say that. You just can't, bud. You can't do that. We'll do it next.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Hey, we'll be right back.
What did Gene even do?
Well, thank you, David Hernandez.
Great job with the thumbs up, Dirt Merchant. Great job. White iced tea, yeah. Ned was about that, wasn't he? Every time. You guys are nuts.
Fish on the J. Thank you, bud.
Running good now. So today.
There's a version of you that was sharper, stronger, and more present. You remember him. Low testosterone doesn't announce itself. It just quietly takes things from you. Your energy, your focus, your drive. Until one day you notice they're gone. Game Day Men's Health and Destin gets it. Real medical professionals who take men's health seriously. Treat the whole picture. Low ET, ED, weight, hormones, sleep, and get results. They'll have you running hard, clean, and without apology. With the throttle back in your hands where it belongs. Go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com/Destin. Legends don't tap out. They get back on the bike.
If you're looking for that non-offensive broadcast, you're in for a surprise. You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I love the sponge.
It's not that kind of love sponge. Back to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Fish on the J on the PayPal. Thank you, 50. Thank you, Fish on the J. Appreciate you. This is what I was talking about earlier. Before
I was rudely interrupted by the idiot across the hall from me.
What are you talking about?
You.
What?
Saying about me.
What?
I was saying what you were saying about me.
Oh, you're trying to
rudely interrupted.
Oh, I thought you were literally talking about me because I was about ready to come unglued. Because I'm trying my. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm trying my very hardest right now to maintain some sort of decorum with how upset I am with you. I'm really trying my hardest. This is the type of situations that we usually end up getting a big fight over, and usually ends up destroying us in some way, shape, or form. One of us says something stupid, and the other one just is so upset by it. It usually happens this way. The last time we got in this sort of deal is, well, arguably my fault, yes.
John Fragnito, $50.
The Genesis situation was certainly my problem. You were way correct about that. But that was something that I was self-inflicted, me to you. And then this latest thing that you just did, I don't think sometimes you just even, I think you forget that we're not just in the shop talking amongst each other with no audience, that there is a lot, there's about 50,000 to 100,000 people that will in a 12-hour period in some way, shape, or form listen or watch this program. And when you say stuff like that, it really jeopardizes our ability to move forward when you say stupid stuff like that. And so I have to sit here and play goalie and try to keep the topics and the conversation moving forward. Like, you're a whole nother animal. I don't have to worry about this around anybody else. You're the only person that I have to worry about this on. And we don't have the luxury of dumping. I can dump what you said terrestrially, but hell, there's more people that watch us digitally than terrestrially. So when you say something stupid like that, I don't have a way to take it back. And, I just wish that you would just, the nickname that they gave you, Gator, because you're all mouth and no ears, could not be any more appropriate. I mean, that whoever came up with that name is just absolutely a visionary and brilliant. So anyway, you're not saying anything. Probably just sitting there taking your ass whipping because that's what you deserve. Anytime Lasker's not talking back, he's taking his ass whipping. And I don't want this to be a problem with us. We're just going to move on. Okay? We're just going to move on. This is the story that I was talking about. And I set it up with, there's an African-American father who I give a lot of credit to, but I think the judicial system really did him dirty because they put rules in on him. Now I'm assuming, I don't know who the bad guy that killed his 5-year-old son. I don't know the ethnicity of that man. I don't know that the story gives us that data. But all I do know is that the dad who lost the 5-year-old's a black guy. And so that's all I really know. And there comes a time where when you're in the judicial setting and they've sentenced the guy, they allow victims, family members, and what have you, an opportunity to speak to the court, go on record. They allow that. Now, I've never heard, and I think I'm really mad at the judicial system here because I guess this guy, I don't know if he jumped over I don't know if during them finding this guy, the bad guy, who I don't know if he's a black or a white guy, but to this point, it really doesn't matter. The person in question here is the African-American dad who I can't even begin to understand what you're going through when you lose your 5-year-old son at the hands of a murderer.
Spanish person.
Spanish guy. So the court, I've never heard of this because usually that's the cool part of being, and I guess there really is no cool part of being able to address the murder of your son. But one of the bone-chilling, cool thing. I don't want to say cool again. One of the things is for you to be able to look at that piece of shiz right in the eye as a man or a woman or a mother or a daughter or a sister or just a surviving family member, and for you just to stare him down and just call him and it's basically you can say about anything you want. You really can. At this point, they're not going to stop you from saying. And this father right here, he pretty much says, I hope the judge lets you out so I can take care of this myself. I will kill you. I will kill you.
This is in Milwaukee.
I don't understand. So the judge made the guy, procedurally, the way the courtroom is set up is you walk through the swinging doors, and then you got the prosecution or defendant on the left with a big table, and then, the prosecution or the defendant, the other, one party on the left, one party on the right, and then there's a podium in the middle, and then the judge sits back, towards the back of the wall. And when you address the court, you step up to the podium, right? That procedurally is the way every courtroom set up. And the bad guy in this instance probably was kind of maybe sitting back, maybe like where the jury sits, because he's already been sentenced. And so this now is the opportunity for the 5-year-old who got killed at the hands of this piece of crap to talk to you as to be able to say their piece and to put it on record as to what they said. Well, I've never, ever heard that you can't look at the guy. Like, that's part of the effectiveness, is to look the man straight in his eyes and tell him that you're an animal and I'm going to kill you. So the court put these rules on this grieving father that he, had to sit behind the swinging doors, and they gave him a wireless microphone. Now, I don't know during the proceedings if he jumped. Now, we've all seen that footage where a dad will jump over the wall and tackle the guy and try to kill him. We've all seen, that's very on point for Lasker. That's what Gene would do. He'd jump over. And he'd probably try to smuggle a blade in his butthole or something. That's on brand. So I could see if Gene was addressing this guy that, so I could understand if they think this guy is very volatile. Wait till we hear what he says. So I could see where they could maybe have a couple cops in front of him and make him have to stand, sit back where people that watch court sit back there in one of the pews, if you will, give him a wireless microphone, because if he was at the podium, he could just, there's not a lot of real estate between the podium and where the bad guy sits.
It looks like they made everyone that addressed this guy to stand behind a glass wall because of outbursts during the trial.
Yeah, so so it's bad enough that the bad guy is been somewhat protected by a glass wall. But I do understand it because it is disruptive, and, you can't jump over the wall and try to stab the guy. You can't do that. But I've never heard of that you can't look the guy in the eye. Have you guys ever heard? That's part of the greatness of being able to do this.
Yeah.
Right? Lasker, if somebody killed Coben, wouldn't you want to look him in the eye as a man to really, really get inside of his head? So that's part of why you're doing it.
Yep.
Is to be able to look at him as a man and say, bitch, I got you. And you better be looking over your back even in prison. But the judge here makes the dad look at her, and she says, part of the rules is you can't look at the bad guy. Well, what do you mean I can't look? You're going to put me in a neck brace where I can't move my head? And so, this is I feel so bad for this guy, because, listen, if you as a man, if you've done something this bad as a man, God forbid, it comes from the pussification of America, where you can kill a 5-year-old. And when the dad is there for his day in court to dress you down, which is what he has been afforded by the court to do, to say his piece, to put on the court docket, that you as a woke-ass judge are going to protect this monster and not even allow the dad to look at him in the face. What in the hell is going on?
This story is horrible. It looks like they rented, the guy that killed the 5-year-old was renting their basement apartment from him. and lived with them for a couple of months. The little 5-year-old used to go down.
By the
and
way,
play,
this is in Milwaukee.
Yeah,
People want to know.
used to go down and play video games.
The little
with
kid
them.
did?
Yeah, and I guess they were roughhousing, kind of just joking around. And the guy that killed the 18-year-old that killed him got a bloody nose while they were wrestling. So then he beat him with a golf club and killed him with a bird bath.
Killed him with like that concrete bird bath
gimmick?
gimmick?
Yeah, that dropped him on his head.
And so, like, if I'm in court and I'm the 5-year-old's dad, and I get a chance to talk to him, and they already know that I'm bat crap crazy, and I could jump over the podium and kill him. So they put me behind the swinging doors, and they put like a layer of glass or whatever to the piece of crap. Okay, those are the rules. I get it, because you think I'm going to go crazy, but don't tell me I can't look at him. Now, the bad guy can look away. He can look away and not look at you because he's a pussy. But fundamentally, the dad should be able to stare a hole right through him, because that's part of getting in his head. I mean, anybody can be a tough guy when you don't have to look at him. But when you got to look at another man face to face, then that's just a whole nother level of, if you will, manness. Anybody can be a pussy and look away. In fact, Gene, isn't that how you intimidate people as to whether they'll look you in the eye or not?
Yep.
I mean, that's one of the reasons, like, if a guy just looks away and goes, "I'm sorry, Gene," then you already got him beat. You already got him whipped when the guy won't look you. But if a guy looks in your eye and says, "Listen, Gene, I'm sorry," like, whatever. Well, you know that the guy's at least not being a pussy. Fundamentally, just man law is, if you really want to get and you want to have an effective conversation with another man, you either shake his hand like a man, or you look at him in the eyes like a man, and you give him your word or whatever kind of deal. That's just fundamentally where stuff starts, is whether you are able to look at a guy in his eyes. If a person will not look at you in his eyes, they're soft. Period. I got to do this, Lummy, then I have to get on time for the Nunley / Gus gimmick. Yeah. So wait till you see this. And I love this message. This guy's a stud. Because he tells him, "I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you."
What? Microphone? Yeah, FedEx got hold.
I mean, this guy's straight stud.
Hi.
And look, they have to put him behind glass because they know this guy is about ready to go crazy.
Can you tell me your name?
Hi, my name is Duran McCree.
All right, Mr. McCree. You're speaking from out in the gallery. I think everybody's decided that's probably best for everybody. Because you did have some outbursts, and this is so emotional for you. But we've given you a handheld microphone. There's no disrespect meant by having you do it this way.
And I get this part. Because the guy, I get it. I get this part. But I don't get what she's going to say next.
Understand?
I know.
Okay. All right. What did you want to tell me?
I got to talk directly to you.
Okay.
No, I'm asking.
Yes, you do. You can't direct your comments to him. He'll hear you, but you have to talk to me.
Now, what kind of bullshit is that? He has to talk to Your Honor because he cannot look directly at the bad guy, the guy that killed his kid.
Okay. Well, what I want to say is, I wish this guy would die and burn. No mercy. And I wish I could do it with my hands. And I pray that you release him so I can do it. When he killed my baby, he killed me. I'm a different person now.
And Lasker, I was setting you up because this guy is wired very much like you. This is exactly what you would be doing.
I probably already got the guy.
I'm just saying, this is what you would do.
my life is my kid's life. And he already took one. And so I don't mind giving up the rest of it for them, which I am doing and have done and will do. And if any opportunity arises, I will strangle this guy.
Tell her.
I would do everything he did to my son, but so much worse.
So that's, I mean, I just have never heard of the court not letting you talk to the person directly. Now, you put me behind some glass because you know I'm going to kung fu.
I'd have did it anyway.
What?
I would have talked right to him.
Oh, yeah, I mean.
I don't care what you say, Judge.
Well.
That's what I'd have told her. Shut up. I got the mic.
Shut up. I got the
told
mic.
Her.
Now, let me, is this guy on a current UFC roster? Or
no, it looks like he retired 2025, but he's been talking about making a comeback.
Well, he's done.
Yeah.
This guy, this is at the Atlanta Police Department, and this guy's name, Dustin Poirier?
Yeah, I was at the airport.
And he's mad about something. Full hot. And so he's a former UFC guy, so he's a badass. And the cop knows he's a badass, and the cop knows that he's a professional mixed martial arts, guy, jiu-jitsu, former UFC guy, just retired a year ago. I don't know how this guy can't.
And he's been training. He's been training. He wanted to even get a fight in June.
Let's go, big dog.
Now, this is a police officer. Now, I think what happened, and this is just, this is 2 days ago. And what I think happened is, like, he got to the gate late. They'd already shut the door. And at that point, you're done. Like, they're not going to open the door up for you. Like, because that's just, officially, for a lot of different reasons, you've missed your flight. The next thing you could do is get with the gate agent and try to get the next flight. You're not going to get on here.
No.
And so the cop now is coming off the gate. He's opening up the door, and here's this guy that makes former UFC guy, just retired less than a year ago, and he's been training for some other possible situations. The cop knows who he is, and here's the guy.
Let's go, big dog. What's going on? What's up? Bunch of hoes. Let's go. Let's go. Relax. No, they lying. Yeah, pull me off the plane. All my boys went to the crib. Now what the?
And this is why he got
all right. You Dustin Poirier? Man, you, bro. All right, just relax. Man, you and her and her. I'll fight you right now. No, I don't want to fight, bro. I'll go with you right now.
Pull a taser right out and hit him right in the chest.
And you're right, because the cop gets it out. You can see the cop getting it out. I don't
want to fight, bro. I don't want to fight.
Go.
I don't want to fight.
Let's go.
Radio, have you?
Yeah, tell him, come on.
Get a couple of
because it's gonna be bad,
bro. Just
it's gonna be bad, my nigga.
Bro.
Right now, I would have shot him. He already put his fist in the guy's face.
Bro, relax.
No, let me see the laser, and you can see the taser powering up.
Yeah.
Watch the little digital bars on it. The taser's actually powering up. Watch.
It's all the way up.
See it? Look at boom.
Radio, several units. How you
boys not gonna fight something?
Get away from him. He's behind the counter now. You don't run the girls off.
Bro, relax, bro. Relax, bro.
You gonna tase me, dog?
Relax.
Yeah, I'm gonna tase you.
I'm gonna bang you up.
And
Bro,
kick you in the teeth while you're out.
Give me a good one.
Just relax.
Give me a good one.
How do you think this is ever going to work out for you? Like, are you that stupid that you can bow up on a cop like that, and that's going to work out for you? That's going to end up in a good result.
Yeah.
That big guy ain't got
no, hold on. Now I got some backup, buddy.
That's right.
Now I got some backup, boy. What you gonna do now? I'll keep you tased, but oh boy, here's gonna get on your ass.
That's right.
This guy's a UFC fighter. You know.
What's going on, brother? Talk to me. Man, the beach is lion hose, man.
Lion hose, man.
And hold on, look at this Atlanta cop. He's a big boy.
He said, "I'm putting cuffs on you."
He's a big boy. He's a big dude.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Arrest me.
I will tell you this: he's being cool while getting cuffed. Like
he got 3 against 1 now.
I know.
That's the best way, dog. That's the best way. Hey, pound it.
All right, man.
No, you did a great job, bro. You did a great job.
Yeah.
You did what you could.
Where was that attitude when they were trying to talk some sense into you? You wouldn't be going, well, you know what? Here's the thing, man. If you deal with cops and you're just a gentleman, even if they're wrong, if you're just a gentleman and you don't bow up and you're not making sudden movements and trying to grab your pockets and stuff like that, and you just listen. They want an ID, give them an ID.
He had no reason to be a jerk at the moment anyway. He missed his flight.
Yeah, he's a dick. We'll try to fight the guy.
Should have been drinking beers.
Yeah, exactly.
In between planes.
We'll get Gus and Justin Nunley up next to promote the Missing Parts ride.
Perfect.
And I got a few other things to handle as well.
1, 2, 3.
The audio torture never stops. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
And we can make a shorter.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
I got it actually on my. Is it Nicole Arbor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you getting? You ready? I'm trying to help. Hey, they're ready, Bubba. So everything's good.
Okay. Okay, so they're ready. I got them coming up on Zoom. I got missing parts right over here. Boom, let me refit that.
He's what? He's just busy. He got a 4-hour-a-day job.
Someone that can help me
Watch
get
got
some
5
insurance.
computers going at one time.
So I'm in Alberta, Canada, and the Crewville needs some insurance. So my insurance was dropped for reasons. Great. We do look great. Listen, did you know that I got a Dixon flannel coming out on June 24th?
So Lummy?
Yes, sir.
Are they coming? Are they zooming in?
Yeah. Bunch has it all set up.
Yeah. Where am I going to monitor them?
From the live feed that he set up for you.
To the left?
Ow.
I have Zoom microphone.
It should be. Yeah, so you're gonna be able to see it to the left there. Right?
So they're not up yet.
He's gonna switch the screen once you're ready to go. Once we come back from hot
So they'll
mic.
be there, right?
Correct.
Okay.
He can see them.
Oh, okay. Perfect. I might do a break it down today.
Okay. We got 2 in the hopper.
All right. Oh,
And
you do?
one is being released at 10.
All right, here we go. So we really only have 1.
No. We have 2 after that.
Strange Clouds Vapor and Smoke Shop, your one-stop destination for all the good stuff. They've got Nick Vapes, delicious edibles and THC products. Also a wide selection of kratom and kava, killer glass pipe selection, and fresh incense to set the mood, all at the best prices. Full kratom and kava bars and relaxing lounges located at each one of their locations. Bay Pines, Largo, Clearwater, Palm Harbor. Mention Bubba Army and get 15% off your entire purchase. Strange Clouds Vapor and Smoke Shop. Come get lifted on good vibes. 4 locations serving the Tampa Bay area or online at shopstrangeclouds.com.
Nowhere near the rare air at the top of the heap.
I mean, we know what's important.
More like the bottom feeders existing on the scraps of society.
You just babbling about Bubba the Love Sponge.
There they are, right there. It is, and we're on time. Lummy, so they can't get mad at us. Gus, a very powerful man. He can get us snuffed out as soon as we get up there and Nunley's ex-military, so they got a lot of skill set between these guys. So let's be on our best behavior. Hi, guys.
Okay, gotta act right. What's going on, Bubba?
Good. Thank you for the great hookup. The connection's far better. I see. Where's Nunley at? I don't even see him. Where's he at?
He's over here.
Man, look at that.
He's just like a house cat, laid up.
Man, somebody needs to tap him on the shoulder about that mustache. My Lord.
Hey, one day you'll hit puberty. It'll be all right. You'll be able to grow one.
They call that a Key West butt tickler. Is what they call it here in Tampa.
My God, they love it. They love it.
I didn't know.
Hey, wait. What's this you said about 3,000 bikes? I heard. What are you doing, man?
I don't know. I'm just trying to maybe hype the vent up a little bit. Am I a little bit over on that deal?
Well, I mean, it would be nice to have that many bikes. Last year we had 800 for a one-day event. I'd really like to see 1,000 in.
Well, I was trying to give you a little more star power than you really have. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. I like it.
I mean, if we did I don't even know that we could really accommodate 3,000. Gus would be a nervous wreck.
We figure it out. Yeah, 3,000 would be tough, but we'll figure it out.
So 1,000. If we could do 1,000 this year, that would be, obviously more than last year, and probably a reasonable. We can handle that.
We can make do, Bubba. That's for sure.
Nunley, I didn't know you were had your own energy drink, your own sunglass company, partners with Gus on 3 or 4 or 10 different things. I didn't know you were really that big. I need to kind of maybe reset my whole. What I think, you're pretty much the man. I mean, you got a lot going on, bud.
Hey, we over here snapping necks and cashing checks, Bubba. We just trying to do what we can do,
So now is Friday, is the VIP gimmick, is all that sold out?
No, we still got about 10 to 15 tickets left for VIP. So if anybody's wanting to get in, better get them. Yeah.
It's the Missing Parts ride that's happening. It starts Friday with the VIP. They got 2 things that are going on. I think you guys got a beach ride that goes on at 11:30.
Well, but Bubba, do you care if I tell everybody what it is before we go into all of it?
No, I'd like for you to, instead of me having to host this nonsense, I'd rather just throw it over to you and let you take control. I'm tired of always being the guy that always has to take control.
Yeah, well, do you want to talk, or you want somebody that knows what they talk about?
I'd like to throw over to the more successful, more rich, better looking with a Key West butt tickler, cop mustache, Justin Nunley, ladies and gentlemen. Take the floor away.
Key West butt tickler.
Well, he only qualifies for one of those things that you just mentioned, a Key West butt tickler mustache. That's the only thing in that list of stuff you just listed out. It's the only thing he has going.
I've never been to Key West, but my first job was at Key West Inn in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. I was the groundskeeper.
You were?
Yeah.
Yeah, Key West is nothing like that.
No.
So instead of getting into your housekeeping details at some shady-ass motel, let's get into the weekend's festivities, my friend.
Yeah, so I met a guy about a year and a half ago, and he had one arm and he rode a motorcycle, and I went to his house to see how this worked. And I was absolutely blown away. And then we got to talking, and I found out how much prosthetics cost just for your regular person, somebody that's not on workman's comp, somebody that's not military veteran that gets money from the VA for their prosthetics and everything. And I said, we got to do something about this, because there's a lot of amputees out there that want to ride bikes. So what can we do? We did the missing parts ride last year, raised about, I think it was like somewhere in the ballpark of $90,000, and had 800 bikes show up. We put a lot of amputees back on bikes last year. We're trying to do it bigger and better this year. Our main goal is to put as many amputees back on bikes as we can. We just gave a grant out yesterday for a bilateral below the knee amputee was buying a bike in here, and gave him a grant to convert his bike that he's buying so he can ride.
So let me ask you a question, Justly, or maybe this is Gus, whoever can answer. Like, because a normal prosthetic, whether it be a leg or an arm, they're not probably made for this application with regards to riding a bike. So it's probably got to be all custom, right?
That's where your cost comes in. The attachments that go with the prosthetics and able to make people ride, like the guy last year. He has like it almost looks like a ball that goes inside of a cup on his handlebar. And it costs a lot of money to get that thing developed.
Yeah, and then during the ride last year, Bubba, we met so many amputees that rode. I mean, we were blown away with the amount of amputees that showed up and rode. So it's all custom, for that particular individual and what their needs are for their amputation. But we partnered with the VAMP, Veterans Adaptive Motorcycle Program, and they're helping folks. That's what they do. And it's not just a veterans program that we're raising money for, but that was the foundation that we partnered with to distribute the funds.
Nunley, quit chewing your fingernails. It does not look good on camera, please.
It's not a good mustache.
Yeah.
It's not a good look.
I'm gripping my mustache.
No, you were chewing your nails like the straight white trash that you are. Realize that we're on a big time show here.
It works by better, Bubba.
Okay, you're out there chewing your nails. Gus is trying to get the message out. We're trying to all got the great cause here, and you're over there chomping on your nails like you haven't had breakfast this morning.
This is the stuff I deal with.
I know,
on the regular, right?
And nobody will call him out either because he was talking about $90,000. That's about a month of his Facebook money. So you really can't. He's untouchable when it comes to redirecting or disciplining him in any way, shape, or form. The only guy that can really handle him is Sean from the Great White North. And I think who won that big match, USA versus Canada? Who won it?
I did.
You did.
I took it.
What was? Were you guys bracket racing? Were you guys head up? What were you guys doing?
We was doing best of three, and it went to the third race. He won the first one. I won the second one, and dusted him on the third one. He blew his charge pipe on his turbo. So. I still would have had it. But,
still would have had it. What type of times are you guys putting in for those?
We're putting in low 5s, high 4s.
No, hold on. That's funny car top fuel.
No. 8 mile.
I thought like Nunley's going 338 miles an hour. What the hell? I mean,
Bubba, let me. Hey, you got a big audience here. Anybody wants to put me in one of them funny cars, I'll do it.
Listen, one of my very best friends is Tony Stewart, and he owns. He owns what two top. Well, no, he drives for RL Carriers. That's not his, but Matt Hagan drives the funny car. His wife drives the rail. Then I think Eric Anders, has something to do with her stuff too.
Absolutely, Erica Anders. Me and Erica are really good friends.
You need to get that's what you need. What are those about? 8? Are those 6 to 8 seconds? Those pro stocks?
Yeah, Erica's told me to come up, and she'll put me in the car whenever I want to. So
you think
I just got to get up there to Oklahoma.
No shtick involved. Do you think you could run that car, that pro stock?
No doubt in my mind. If it's got, I'm rednecking up. It's got wheels and a steering wheel, I can drive it.
Gus says no. You need to stick to the 8th there, kid. No, you can't go 1,000
They
feet.
say no. Okay, bet. I'm doing it. I'm calling Eric. I'm doing it next week.
He's just as
Done.
white trash as you can get. If they said no, bet. I'm doing it. Like, and you can't tell the guy no because he's so goddamn rich. So you just can't tell him no. And he's still chewing his fingernails.
I'll build a damn Pro Mod just to prove them wrong.
Now, what are those? Like 5,000 horsepower?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I mean, could you build something like, or do you have to go to a motor builder for something like that? I know you're pretty handy with the motors and stuff.
I go to somebody that knows what the hell they're doing.
Now, those don't have the same motors that the funny cars and because those are nitrous, right?
Yeah, they run nitromethylene. Yeah, but the Pro Strikes, they run like alcohol.
Now, Gene, what do you got on your hot rod? Because Nunley's a big hot rodder. What do you got? What 3 now? You got a sedan delivery? What's that got on it?
Oh, that's just got a small block 400 on it with 2 4s. But the 2 big motors I got, one in my Chevelle is a 560 cubic inch.
What right there is what we call a BBC, big block Chevy, baby.
With an 861 blower, 2 750s on it with 1,000 hit of nitrous.
Oh, that's
on a second stage.
See, Nunley's impressed by that.
Oh, that'll hold you back in the seat, Nunley. I mean, it will definitely hold you back.
Let Nunley drive it down. We'll get 1 million views just from that nut job.
The car that's out of control is my 34 coupe, and it's got a 925 horsepower small block, all aluminum. With
what kind of suspension are you
it's got an
running
871 blower on it with 2 700s, and it's ridiculous.
Nunley wants to know what kind of suspension you're running with that bad boy.
Well, I got a 4-link on. I got a 4-link on both of them, but really a 5-link on the Chevelle, but a 4-link on the coupe.
Yeah.
We're running wishbones, because I make it still look like old, old.
You need
style.
to do like a thing each year called the Nunley Nationals, like where everybody meets in Gainesville and you do unless I'm already late to the party and you do something like that. But do you do something like that, like the Nunley Nationals, and get all the all the local guys that are into drag racing?
Yeah, that's what we're going to try to do. That's what me and Sean were kind of trying to start. I think we're going to do it next year, either in Bradenton or Gainesville.
I think Bradenton. That's Cletus. Now, does Cletus got control of that track now?
Half of it.
He does. He's part owner of it.
Yeah, that's when Tony and the guy from Skag, when they were trying to kind of break off from the NHRA before Gainesville started for a couple of years, and they were really paying a lot of money. I think they did it down in Bradenton. I think that's a nice facility.
Yes, sir. Yeah, beautiful facility. I ran there for sick week. They take care of it.
The Nunley Nationals, man, you'd even get richer than probably make more money than Gus for once.
No, that ain't gonna happen, man. You can't hide big money. That right there's big money.
That's big money. You're local Yoko money, and that's big money right there. That's corporate.
Yeah. I'm still poor white trash.
Pounds are tough, man.
Gus has graduated out of the white trash gimmick. Now he's just a big. Look how big and thick he is. Big block. He's a big block. Yeah.
Look at Lowe's over there. Look at the size of his noggin.
Yeah, look at him. Is he bigger than you? Who would win in a hand? I'll ask Nunley because he'll be truly objective. Who would win between the big block lunkhead and Gus if they had to lock up?
You know what, man? It's like asking, what will win, a lion or a grizzly bear? You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows? I just want to see it happen. Let's go, run it.
You want to see? Yeah, run. Send it, right?
Hey, that'd be about a 15-second. Neither we're both in our 50s. There ain't no more. 6 or 8 rounders.
Yeah,
20 years ago.
The pre-hype buildup would be about as big as it gets because you guys would be blown up, and you guys would absolutely lose. You guys would blow your tires right at the start.
You got one shot. Now I will say, back in the day, we have cleared out a few bar rooms, so it's happened.
So it's all happening. It starts Friday, and I don't know if there's any openings for because Nunley's not taking us down the festivities. It seems like
We've got a few VIP tickets left, but they're going quick. We got the VIP party Friday, which I know you're going to attend.
Yep.
And then the big ride is Saturday. Police are blocking the lights for us on the ride, and then we have an auction here at the store afterwards. Some more festivities, and then we're going over to the block to catch Saving Abel through Justin's contacts. Those guys are coming to play for the event. And then Sunday we have a ride as well. Ride Sunday morning with some more festivities here at the store. Last year we learned that the ride was too long, and it just took too long. So we broke it up into 3 days. It's going to be a great event. The weather looks great. We've got some great partners, a list of partners, on our socials and on our website. So we're really excited about the ride. And, working with VAMP to be able to distribute that money. It's really rewarding to be able to help those folks out.
It's a great cause because there's a lot of people that are in that predicament that probably don't know where to turn. They're a bike enthusiast, and for whatever tragedy or whatever happened, they now are an amputee, and it's just not something that you can buy off the shelf or go to your local Harley dealer. You have to have everything custom, probably from the manufacturer side, like you on the Harley side, to the people that make it. So this is kind of a one-off. You don't see a lot of this. You don't see this particular cause being served much at all. And thank God for you guys doing it, because and imagine this. It all started out with Nunley saying, "Take me over your garage. Let me see that. What's you got going on."
That's exactly how it happened.
Yeah. We've had other dealers reach out to us about, hey, we'd like to do something like that, and my mindset has always been like, cool, we'll give you the playbook. You just got to go execute. So
Nunley, quit chewing. You're chewing again, Nunley. You're chewing again.
Damn it, Bubba. Just let me be.
Yeah. Nunley, I forgot to mention the Friday ride. We're stopping at Big Gus Tractor for a cookout, so that'll be fun too.
Maybe I'll be able to see that Mahindra you took from me, because Nunley got mad at me and I took my Mahindra.
Yeah,
he's gonna say something.
Giving him a hard time. We snatched that Mahindra right out.
Yeah, I gave Hunt. I was a little bit late on the last phone call. I got my 5150 completely snatched right out from underneath me. I only had 18 hours on it.
Sell things. You know what I'm saying? We got to have stock.
It worked while you had it, though, right?
Oh man, that tractor. Like I tell you, man, there's some kind of power. There's some kind of power band on a Mahindra, and I've driven John Deere. I've driven a Cat. I've driven everything, and there's some type of power band that happens in that Mahindra when you start getting up on your PTO and you start getting a little torque on your implement, and it has like a swoosh and it goes, and it's like a power band. And I was trying to describe it to you guys last time, because I got like 20 hours on that machine, and because I'm the only one that gets to drive it. And I got to tell you, man, that Mahindra is as well built. I'd take a Mahindra over a Deere any day if I had my
man.
Bubba, the way you was describing that, it sounded like you was reading a redneck smut book. when I get torque delivered to that PTO
implement.
Yeah.
I was really talking your language. I almost be able to hang out in your circles running talking about PTO.
When are you going to be here? You're coming, right?
Yeah, we think that we'll be there by like 4:30, because it's 6 hours from Tampa. We're pulling out of here right at 10:15, 10:30. So
if you're a bitch, it takes that long.
Well, you're not taking it. You're not taking the Bubba Jet.
No, but I lost the Bubba Jet in 2018 when the financial walls came tumbling down. But I used to.
They took that back away from you too.
Yeah, the bank took that from me. And yeah.
I love people when they're trying to buy stuff. They're like, I gave it back. I'm like, you gave it back, or they took it back?
I actually was able to find a buyer for it, and pretty much broke even on it, but I had the annuals on a plane. I had a Cessna 414 twin turbo, and just the annual, just for them to look at it each year and tell you nothing's wrong, was $30,000. And then a set of brakes is $6-7 grand. New prop is $5 grand.
Hey, if you get another one though, just call me and I'll come look at it and tell you the same thing for half the price, Bubba.
Right. Unfortunately, you got to have all these federal certificates, and you can't just Nunley.
It's just red tape, brother. Yeah, we can print that out.
Yeah,
I got Photoshop.
I got AI.
Yeah.
Nunley would try to start souping it up and put some type of customization on it. Try to put a blower on my plane or something like that.
It's already got twin turbo. We're already boosted. Let's go.
Yeah. So anyway, listen, guys, we're going to be there probably Friday, 4:30. We'll get checked into our beautiful hotel courtesy of Griffo, and then swing on over to the dealership. Now, Gus, don't put me like on a bitch-ass sportsman or nothing. Put me on a
Sportster.
Yeah, don't put me on a Sportster.
I'm gonna pick out something special for you, Bubba. Just like when you sent me the email the other day about with the link. In the description, it says Emerald City Harley. Yeah. Emerald City Harley was a scooter. Hey, man.
Emerald Coast.
I know it's Emerald Coast.
Here you go. Look.
There's your bike right there. It says Harley on the side. We got you, brother.
That's gonna look like an elephant screwing a football. I'll tell you right now.
We'll beef up the suspension a little bit. We'll be good to go.
And Gus, that's my guys because I don't say Emerald City. I call it Emerald Coast. I've made that problem before. I would never make that mistake.
Emerald City was a Harley store that closed. It was in Washington, state of Washington. They closed in September of 2025. So I'd like you to properly, call our store as the name is.
I don't ever mess up on Big Gus Tractor. I don't mess up on that. I got that one down.
That was pretty easy. Yeah. That was pretty. I'm just ball busting you, man. I appreciate it.
But you know what you should do as a businessman is you should go get Emerald City and then just have it. Just direct it to
own
Emerald
that
Coast.
too.
Yeah, own it too. You own everything else.
Well, if you screw it up, we're going to have to.
How do you know we don't? Yeah. Yeah.
When are you getting Sean down here in Florida, Justin?
We're working
Say that
on
one more
that.
time.
He asked about Sean coming down.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be here probably around October.
Yeah,
He's coming to work at Big Gus Tractor.
I'd love to get a couple Crown Vics at my track. Get a couple of guys who have equal match Crown Vic, and you guys do a match race between you two, and then I throw you in with the other 20 guys for a feature.
You don't even have to wait to throw us in. We did it this past weekend up in Ephraim, Utah, with Robbie Layton. We ran Crown Vics on dirt. Let's do it.
Well, I didn't see no trophy on that table.
Yeah, I don't see no trophy. I didn't see you win the AMA or nothing.
Sean won it. Sean won.
On dirt?
Yeah.
Okay.
That boy can drive.
Well, I'd love if we can get you guys down, when he's going to be here in October, I'd love to put that. It would be huge.
I'm game. Hey, just put a cage in that car in the race seat, and I'm good to go.
Yeah, they have to have those to be on the track, along with a fire extinguisher. Yeah. The window has to be punched out. You got to have a.
Yeah, I'm not worried about a fire extinguisher. Yeah, just we'll full send it.
You might if I get in that race.
No, Gene, I'll put you in that race too, Gene. Yeah, let you spin these guys out. Yes, yes, Gus, the boss man. Yes.
Yeah, no, this is Evan. I just wanted to plug, talking about the expense of this and the importance of this event. Obviously the prosthetics are very expensive, but having an opportunity to outfit a few of these bikes in the past, it can cost upwards of $10,000 just to modify the bike to accommodate existing prosthetics. So, for us to raise upwards of $100,000 for a weekend event is pretty important and gives us an opportunity to get more people on motorcycles that might not have had a chance to do so.
Oh, it's a great cause, and it's really a real niche type, area where a lot of people don't take care. Like these people, for the most part, don't have a lot of options. And thank God for Justin and for you guys and just all of you guys for taking care of these people who normally probably wouldn't be able to continue their love of riding motorcycles because of the tragedy that they had, and because of you guys, of all people, now they're satisfying some of these guys' dreams.
Yeah, and that's the point I was make earlier when I got sidetracked. When we met a lot of these folks last year, like their appreciation for life, like you can't bitch about having a bad day when you see a double amputee roll in and he's riding a Harley. He's stoked, and
wow.
So that was really inspiring. All those folks and their outlook on life, and so it was an awesome weekend. We're really looking forward to it, and we're glad you're making the trip up to spend it with us.
And if you think about it, hell, we're all just one bad day away from being in their spot. You know?
We are. It's stupid stuff that you get yourself involved in. All the full send it, and all of the white trash nonsense you get involved in. You'll probably be the first one that suffers this type of deal. I'm just saying.
Probably. Hell, you ain't wrong.
So, Nunley, let me ask you a question. Do you down here in our area, the woman, she claims to be retired from, I think maybe where you were, Eglin or whatever. The Ana Luna Polina chick. Are you familiar with her?
No, sir.
Oh, okay. She's a woman that supposedly she's really hot, and she danced at one of the places up there.
She worked at the Rose over on...
the Red Rose. Yeah, the Red Rose. Know all about the Red Rose.
Oh, I bet you do. Half of your Facebook money probably goes
in. Like that because Sam's watching. He knows where the Red Rose is. Never heard of it.
So she supposedly was a stripper over there, but she was also retired from Eglin Air Force Base, and she really used she's really hot, but she's dumb. And she got Trump's endorsement, so she's the congressperson from down here, and she really, really leaned into the fact that she was a combat veteran or what have you, and they looked into her background, and
what a time to be alive, Bubba.
Yeah, what a time to be alive. A chick that was a combat veteran and worked at the Red Rose is now my Congress lady.
It sounds like a double combat veteran.
Yeah.
Taking shots in the trenches.
Oh, she's taking shots, probably across the face. But so anyway, listen, you crazies. I appreciate all of you. Lunkhead, I'm sorry you couldn't get a word in with these guys, but just I think you're full. Nunley, doesn't Lunkhead kind of look like a white trash Matt Hagen kind of?
That no, not bad. Hey, I would say a redneck Fred Flintstone.
Oh, really?
Last time he was on, you were calling him Pete Rose.
Well, Pete Rose on growth.
Yeah,
Pete Rose on growth.
If Pete Rose and Jose Canseco had a love child,
right, they'd have Lunkhead
with the stripper.
Now has that nickname stunk? Has that sticked? Lunkhead, has that stuck?
Only I've known Gus 26, 27 years now, and he gave me that nickname, and it comes up once or twice a year when I visit him. Yes, sir.
Right. Now, Lunkhead, where do you reside? Where's home for you?
Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Oh, okay. So you're making up too. You probably know Jimmy Backledge.
James Backledge is mutual. Yeah, one of my great friends.
I've known Jimmy Backledge since 1989 when I was in Chicago, and man, that guy is. Well, he's Jimmy B. That's who he is.
Damn, I was in kindergarten in '89.
We were Gus and I were talking about him last night.
I got some good stories about.
I heard one time he was trying to do Gus on some kind of part deal or something where Gus needed a little something, and Gus told him take his Rolex off and give it to me. And that's like if you know Jimmy Backledge, that damn Rolex means more to him than anything. And I heard Gus made him take it off his wrist and put it right there on the table.
We were playing. We were at work, and he used to be a pretty heavy gambler. So whenever some downtime is on payday, he's like, "You want to throw some dice?" And I'm like, "Sure." And I'm not a gambler; that's not my thing. But so we throw it. I only winning like 7 passes in a row. So he, I think he owed me $3,000. He's like, "Well, I'll run to the bank and get it." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine. Take your time, but give me your watch." And he's like, "I'm not giving you my watch." I'm like, "I'm taking your watch with or without your arm." So. Give me the watch. And then he ran to work and came back and gave me the money. Yeah. So
Gus, is he coming up this weekend, Jimmy?
He's not coming this weekend, but he does.
I mean, I could text him right now. He might be
He might be sleeping in his truck out there. You never know.
He's feast or famine.
Yeah, he comes by at least 2 or 3 times a year. He's a great dude. He's found a different path in life, and he's doing really well, and we love him. He's such a great guy. Always sends me nice messages and tells me how awesome my kids are and my wife, and he's a really, really good dude. We've been friends a long time.
In 1990, I was working in Orlando at WXXL, and he moved down to Chicago to live with me, and he needed to get some kind of scam, some kind of Jimmy Backledge type thing going,
some kind of hustle.
So he got a it was called, I forget what the first name, but it was credit repair, and he rented this one little office space in some little known office deal, and he would and this was before computers and stuff, where he'd actually have to write like Experian and have to write letters on behalf of grandma and what have you. I think he charged like $429 to repair your credit, and he'd just write these form letters and send them off to Experian and things like that. But he was doing that shakedown for a while. He was living with me back in 1990.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man. He's his Jason spends a lot of time with him. Like, he's got a warehouse full of parts. Like, if you needed an emblem for a 1974 Super Glide, black with red and paint and on the left side only, he probably has it. Yep.
He probably bought for $1.50 on a salvage gimmick, and he's going to charge you $150 for it on the backside.
Yeah, $150. That's light. Yeah, but he'll charge you.
I don't know. I don't know any of the prices. Anyway, Nunley, I appreciate you getting me my new bike right there, that red Rocket. My fat ass is going to look good on that thing.
I've got a red Rocket for you.
Ah, damn.
Stop chewing your fingernails.
You can clean them up. You just can't take them out in public.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Hey guys, we'll see you we'll be rolling in at the dealership probably about 4:30, 5 o'clock. And we're part of all the festivities. We're so honored that you guys are letting us be part of this, and it's a great cause. And we look forward to seeing you all on Friday. Everybody can go to emeraldcoasthd.com. Under the events section, go and scroll down. I think there's 3 or 4 events. This is the 3rd one. Click on it. Get all signed up so that you or do the right thing and pre-sign. Don't be that guy that tries to sign up on Saturday morning. Get all your stuff done online. Then you just check in. Yes.
The auction, we've got a bunch of auction items that are already live. So if you want to donate to a good cause, Why not? You might win some. We've got a badass golf cart available. I mean, it is built to the nine. It's one of the coolest golf carts I've ever seen. But probably about a $30,000 golf cart, $50 raffle ticket could win you a $30,000 golf cart.
Probably just one of your spare ones of the fleet of 10 that you have, Johnny Borbucks.
Did you see the one that I just bought that pops wheelies?
No, I haven't.
I'll have it out here. I'm going to take you on it. We're going to pop a wheelie in the golf cart.
Well, yeah, yes, and we'll go viral. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, we're going to put her on the back chalk.
I weigh, you know what, Justin? It better have some horsepower. I'm so fat it might not be able to get the front end up.
No, you don't understand. It's going up.
Okay.
You be ready.
I'm gonna. Hey, man, good talking to y'all, and I'm really, really excited to see you guys on Friday.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, buddy.
All right, man. Thank you, Gus. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Lunkhead. Thank you, Bean Counter.
He's calling shenanigans on the D. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show returns after these words.
$4.6 million just on Facebook.
I watched him once.
Yeah,
He's pretty funny.
He's funny as shit.
Every Friday, would you stay with a man that beats you every Friday?
Funny. The funniest part about him is his accent.
$1,000, I ain't even gay yet. I'd consider it a done deal. You can beat the hell out of me for way cheaper than that. Listen, did you know that 99% of Warren Buffett's net worth was earned after he was 65 years old? Well, now you do. I don't even think he had to do any kind of gay BDSM stuff.
He's funnier than hell.
Hey, here's the update y'all been waiting for. She made it home. Mariah made it all the way from California back to her home in Albertville, Alabama. Her dad said that she was awake for most of the flight and I think he said he swims. Hey, y'all remember that video that I did around Christmas time where I showed you my new floor in my garage? Lot Lizard Garage. I am. So y'all should definitely go show Ninja. Hey, y'all check this out. We're 3 days out from the missing parts run, and he rides. You here to get a bike? Let's go. Bikes in formation for a while. I can't wait. I can't wait to see all you. Well, here's the update y'all been waiting for about Mariah making it back home to Albertville, Alabama, from California.
If you came home and I was in your kitchen, what would you do?
Call the police. Listen, did you know that one bolt of lightning contains enough energy?
I've got the shoes. I've got the dress.
I was on an airplane yesterday afternoon traveling from Denver.
Why are you concealed carrying in this pocket when you can just keep it in this pocket?
What pocket? There ain't no... Hey, y'all, I'm out here in Utah. I just got... Look at these rednecks right here. This is fixing to be wild. Watch it. They're going to go off that ramp right there. This is going to be insane. Hey, it's my fault for even. See, this right here is how you make an entrance to a race. Heavy beats. Come on. They're right there, Stephen. Bam, here we go. We crashed on TV. Let's catch it live. Where you at? Oh, what?
Don't look at me and tell me you can't speak Chinese. I'll prove it to you. You can read that, can't you?
Nope, not a clue. Seasoned boiled chicken. Me and Andy are on our way to Utah. The epically screwed. Hey, I was on.
So the part out is set up for 58. It's 58 on the news. So you just need to fire the bed when you're ready to wrap it up.
Like at 47, like at 57.
Racing, couldn't you? Like 58, 57, 15, 57, 30, however long you think you're going to talk for, and then let it sit, and exactly at 58 next to him, we'll fire
You
the
smoke
close.
them, hold on. So when I'm
smoke them and race. You just fire the bed.
I just fire the bed and I leave it set.
You can talk all the way to 58, but next time we'll fire it right at 58.
Okay. Next is fired right at 58. Okay. So I need to fire like at
how's that one?
57.
Gene. Yeah, 57.
Gives me a minute to get out.
Yep.
Now,
not as good as the other one.
I don't touch it. I just leave the bed running.
Yeah, it's next time we'll fire it exactly on time.
All right.
Gene, do you like peaches? If it doesn't, we'll kick it.
Lummy?
Yes, sir.
We're going to do the Nicole Arbor deal.
Perfect.
Which we got like 9 minutes to get into.
Okay, good.
And you can make...
Yeah, we'll get it cut out. Listen.
Oh my God, what happened? I thought you guys were the perfect couple. I saw. If you didn't hear, the worst couple in the world is breaking up. Jump.
Okay? I'm just saying, I understand that. If it doesn't feel like
I understand that.
It's quite painful to listen.
Children love
Bubba the Love Sponge.
the perfect combination of entertainment and education.
Yes, it's quite painful to listen until the medication kicks in. Back to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Thank you to Gus, Justin, Lunkhead, and the Bean Counter. Looking forward to hanging out with Nunley and Gus and Lunk. Looking forward to hanging out with all of them. Griffo, the people from the station. I think people from the new rock station up there that JVC owns that's killing it.
Over in Panama City?
Yeah, Florida Man Radio. Again, Griffo got us a little beachside gimmick, which is nice. We'll be up there Friday for the VIP deal, and then Saturday, of course, for the ride. Then Saturday night, saving Abel, and very appreciative to the support that Gus gives the station and my show. And I'm looking forward to doing a wheelie with Nunley.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. So, Lummy told me, I think this morning when we were getting ready for the show, that this Nicole Arbor, or is that how you say her name, Nicole?
Yes, Arbor.
She's been a woman that has her name has appeared with regards to the Bunny and Jelly Roll divorce, and she supposedly had some interactions with this Upchurch guy, this Ryan Upchurch guy, who's this up and coming country guy. And we mostly just played her this, and this was her kind of breaking down, oh, look who filed for divorce. Now, she's very much part of this in some way, shape, or form. Now, we've been told from the little bit of sources we have that are somewhat close to this that potentially she might have hooked up with Bunny and Jelly Roll. That now seems to be not the case. And she has reached out to Lummy full hot, telling me to take my stuff down and think defamation and things like that. And Nicole, I don't think you fundamentally understand that I'm on your team with this. I think Bunny and Jelly Roll are a bunch of fake Christians that have absolutely cashed in on the fact that they're these very religious, going to church type people. And he was an ex-convict and dealt drugs, and she was an ex-escort and in the sex business. And they found each other, and she saved him. And he, I don't believe any of their nonsense. And I've never been a big fan. We had Jelly Roll in on 2016 when he couldn't even sell out a 250-seat venue. And he was the opening act, and we had him on this in our old studios, and nobody knew who he was. He was a non-factor. He had talked about how he had, I think, did a rap about Waffle House, and they gave him a cease and desist, and he couldn't sing or perform that song anymore. And it was pretty much, and so then when he got famous or blew
was
up.
his name Jelly Roll then?
Yeah, it was Jelly Roll back then too. And when he got famous and, started being very, very pop culturally, the thing, we reached out and be like, hey, you were on the show and you were nothing. Now that you're somebody, why don't you come back on the show? Bubba would love to interview you. No. Bubba's values and Bubba's, what Bubba says on the air doesn't align with our Christian values. And I was like, you are the biggest bunch of charlatan, fake assholes ever. And since then, I've not been a very big, I'm quite frankly, I'm jelly rolled out. And so when we had heard and we'd read and had gotten a couple emails from people that supposedly knew about you being involved in this divorce proceeding and however way you're involved, I don't know. I really don't know, Nicole, how you're involved. And if you take what I said disrespectfully, please don't.
Well, what happened too is and I tried to explain it to her. When you played this the first time, you were all about her side. Then we started receiving information from sources that we've had in the past about it that had said that we shouldn't be taking her side, and then gave us all this other information. So we just reported on that information on both sides. So we were trying to be fair. Obviously, to that point, even though we don't like Jelly Roll and Bunny, now the sources that we're getting that are close to that party are saying that. So then we, who don't know what's going on, we report on what we're getting from our sources.
I love your I loved your cosplay Christian song. I would love to apologize to you for whatever I've said that you've said that I've been incorrect about. I'm not going to take down necessarily anything until you prove me wrong otherwise, but I can say that just because I don't want to take a whole show down just because I spent 15 minutes about your particular situation that you say I was wrong about. And if I was wrong about it, I don't want to even lead people to that show for them to go dissect what I was wrong about. I'd much rather have you come on. I apologize to you. Say, hey, Nicole, set me straight. What part of it did I get wrong? What's the truth? Where do you stand? How is this all going to shake out? I think you're a great person. I think you're very talented. And I think that they've blackballed you and they're going to continue to put whatever kind of heat they can on you to continue to blackball you and stifle your career. I know for a fact, if you do any research about me, Nicole, I'm very blackballed. I pissed off the wrong people. I am pretty much, non-persona non grata within my industry. I'm the bad guy. I've had to go and carve out a digital space because I used to have, 31 affiliates. And, collectively, probably at any one time, I think the most I ever had at one time might have been 15. But over the years, I've had, nearly 100. If you take the Toledos and the Macons and just some of the small little towns that I was syndicated in. Whatever I got wrong, I will gladly correct. I'd love to have you on the air.
And we love Canadians.
Oh, absolutely I love Canadians. My biggest live Bubba Palooza performance ever was in Calgary. And so I'd love to have you on the air. I'll dance with you. And whatever you say, how it did and how it went down is what we'll go with.
Love you, Sarah.
Appreciate you, Nicole. Get back to us. Come on the show. Tell us what we don't know. Let's hear it from the source. And Sarah, I love you too. Way more than you could ever even imagine for helping me with this nut job right here. Because I knew she blew a text in, didn't she?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And guess who told on you?
Yeah.
I did.
Narc.
I said, Sarah, for the love of God, can you please help me? And you know what she said? Already on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, love you, Sarah. Love everybody. I appreciate everybody. And let me, if you can send a word to Nicole, I'd love to have her on the show and let her just right whatever we said wrong and tell us how this went down.
Sounds good.
See you tomorrow.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
co-host and show historian, Lummit.
It's Brian Matroni, king of counter program.
Gene Lasker, voice of the people. Glad you get to hear me.
Gary Cantrell, video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
Co-host, Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire, of Council. Co-host, J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember...
Our